All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful morning. It is July 28, 2025. We have already gone over the headlines, and this is a gigantic week. Not only do we get the Fed and a bunch of economic data, you are also going to be getting 40% of the S&P 500. So not only that, we had the economic trade deal over the weekend. That was actually the big news. You even have Donald Trump live right now with UK Starmer, but even though it was a good deal with UK, I'm telling you, or the EU, it was a really good deal. We're not moving as much. So I think a lot of what we talked about with the timing and the seasonality and what we're waiting for, bro, I think it's all still in play. But it's going to be an exciting one. We got a minute and a half. I'm going to be watching a couple plays, MDT and XLV. We've been discussing that related to the EU deal and any of the pharma stuff he keeps bringing up. Apple, Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, that is all related to big earnings. ASML, that's chips and related to the EU deal. Tesla and that Samsung, or was it Samsung? Or that one chip deal they made today, that has like AMAT and a bunch of other names reacting. Then watch Tesla. WRD is Shanghai, China, self-driving cars. And then just watch KWeb. I don't know if you guys heard the news, but something's going on with lithium. And I think it's, I actually have tinfoil. So especially if you guys played the Albemarle and all of that, I even gave you a good signal on that one, even with taking some profits. So yeah, it's I have a good one though. So remind me of China tinfoil later in the day. If you didn't click the second link, we got the farm. So yeah, I don't know if you guys, I don't know. Do we have time? I got 50 seconds to show you donuts.
So a couple of years ago, after we got the bright idea of the long term,
my favorite clip. I'm gonna do this every
day. We
were
like, we gonna get
I go there, I do
a compound for the people. But you know what they said? I said that's never gonna happen. I said Josh is never gonna get a compound. And, well, you know, it always looks one way. But shout out to Long Term, and I'd like to welcome you to Long Term Ranch, baby. Now that that's out the way,
hold on, where the flag at, bro?
Farm.
Fucking bow. America.
All right, man.
All right, yeah,
now
that's all I
I'm
wanted you to see.
house.
America, baby. We did it. All right. Round one. Fight. All right, boys. Let's go. Trump on Federal Reserve. They have to cut rate. Is he still talking? So I might go back to Trump there. I don't think he's going to say much, but you never know. But at the end of the day, the EU deal is already set. And if you guys didn't hear, they're talking another 30 to 90 days on China. So like I was telling you, the August 13th was the initial date, but even though they're talking right now in Sweden, some of that is still in the air. So watch out for that. Again, watch ASML too. That's tied into all of it.
The equivalent of
he's still live.
$360 billion in savings. That's big stuff, you know. Those are big numbers in the U.S. Everything's big. He should cut. A smart person would cut. You know, he leaves very soon, so it's like one of those things. But I'll miss him greatly. I'll miss him.
If I may, have you or will you enlist the Prime Minister in your effort to bring the opium back to Tilbury? And Prime Minister, you described this beautiful course. Do you agree with the President that it's time to bring the opium back to Tilbury?
Well, as you know, that's
Nasdaq's
not
up 0.5%. Dow is the only one that's in the red right now. Again, remember the 6,400. So be careful. I mean, we are going to be at you already hit it. So 6,400 has been clipped.
The building,
so you've hit another 100-point level. We'll either do the 07 to 13, or we're going to come back down with it and play around. But again, you also have a shit ton of data this week.
The Lionesses. Last night, our women's football team won the Euros. Defended the Euros.
Won the Euros.
Which was a really big
ON on the high as well.
The physical resilience that they showed was quite
I got one. Those MDTs, they just have a fat spread. But yeah, those should be up if you put in a lower one if you want to take some. And Vitis, Bitcoin is up a lot too.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
And then
it's never
AMD.
been done before, twice.
Yeah, AMD is still ripping from even last week.
Now I guess we're going
so I haven't really looked at chips. Yeah, AMD's at 170. ASML is the one that
King
benefits.
Charles,
I like China. Watch out for those.
For quite a while.
Blah, blah.
A great guy, great person. He looks really well to me. He looks great. So we look forward to coming over. It's going to be.
Coming.
It was one of the most beautiful evenings I've ever seen. I hate to say it, but nobody does it like you people in terms of the pomp and ceremony. And I look
That's
forward
true.
to,
It's true, Donald.
to
It's
being
true,
here with the
Donald.
ambassador.
Nobody do
Our
like
ambassador
us,
is a very,
Donald.
very successful man who just wanted to do this. And I said, how are you going to be able to do that? And he's so committed to, the relationship between the countries. But he's a very great guy and a very, very successful man. So I very much thank you for doing this.
No, thank you for the honors.
About what?
Will you visit London during the state visit?
I will. I'm not a fan of your mayor.
Why not?
I think he's done a terrible
He said,
job.
why not?
The mayor of London, but the nasty person. I think he's done. I think
He's a friend of mine, right?
no. I think he's done a terrible job. But
Hot dog.
I would certainly visit London. Yeah.
Would you have Parliament to be recalled? So MP Nigel Farage has asked for Parliament to be recalled when you left.
Well, I like Nigel. I mean, Nigel, as you know, is a friend of mine. Nigel's done very well. He's a friend of mine. And Keir's a friend of mine.
Would you recall Parliament so that the President can talk to MPs?
Well, Parliament's in recess at the time, but look, I do want to be clear. This is an unprecedented and very special state visit. This has never been done before. There'll be many elements of it that have never
You
been
were
seen
right about the
before.
Bowen
So,
drama.
This is going to be a
I
historic
remember that, and then we heard it
occasion,
this
and,
morning.
we're all very much looking forward to it, and I was very pleased
Nigel!
to be able to
What are they? Maybe we have to bring
for
Nigel
the
back.
invitation when we were at the White
Intel.
House earlier this year.
China
So,
keeps going
so
up there.
this
Yeah,
is not
Intel.
just
Damn, Intel's only
a
at 20.
state
I
visit,
forgot they got watched last
they're
week, and then those
always
AMDs
incredible
keep
occasions.
climbing.
And,
Oh shit, we don't
this
have
is
as
an
much time on the
unprecedented
AMDs.
Second state visit, so you can imagine just how special that's going to be.
It's, again, August
fact
1st
that
is
it's
on
never
Friday.
been done
Okay, there's
before,
Baba in
And
China.
that's because it's non-consecutive. And it's the only reason it could be. Made it even more
MP,
interesting.
I haven't
frankly.
seen any
So
of the
it's
materials.
gonna
And like
be
I
great.
said,
And being
I heard
with
people
Charles,
talking about the
Camilla,
memes, but they were kind of
everybody
quiet this
gotten to
morning.
know, because of 4 years and now 6 months. Gotten to know a lot of the family
Angel
members. They're
again.
great people.
Yeah,
They're
China
really
got
great
Baba
people.
up there in the
And
top right, but they're
in
all
that
starting
sense,
to
I
work.
think that the UK is very lucky.
IWM?
You could have people that.
Yeah,
want great
IWM's
people. I don't know
actually
if I'd
SPY
say
is a
that,
little
but
weaker.
you could have
China
people
keeps
that
going.
want, but-
We're very lucky to have our
Yeah.
royal family. Absolutely fantastic.
So we really look forward to that. As far as Parliament, if he wants me to speak in Parliament, I'll do it. Okay, but it doesn't have to be then. It could be some other time. Maybe we should save it for another time. We'll let the one visit speak for itself. But anytime, if I could be helpful, I would certainly do it. Thank you.
Mr. President, with the EU deal, alternatives are you considering to get the hostages out if there's no ceasefire?
Microsoft
Well,
going.
there are a couple of
still
alternatives.
holding.
Some are pretty strong, but
And then bonds, I haven't
the
looked
most
at it yet.
sensible alternative
all
is
this
talk
stuff
and
ready.
negotiation.
Again, you
But
did
I
hit
said a long time ago, at a
6,400.
certain point, they're not going to be talking because they're going to lose their shield.
Equal weight's already
the
down,
hostages are a
too.
shield for them. They did horrible things on October 7th.
Damn,
And
oil's up too.
the hostages are a shield. And
Yeah,
I said,
equal weight's
you're gonna
not
get
holding
down
up as
a
good.
number.
And the Dow's
And the
actually
number's
red.
gonna be,
All things considered, it was
at a
good
point
news.
where you're not
but
going to be able to,
the reaction
get 'em
is still
back.
very, very light.
Unless
But it
you-
is early.
unless you're going to be very energetic, or to put it a different way, unless you're going to be very ruthless and violent. It's a bad situation to be in, very bad.
Mr. President, with the EU deal last night,
You talked during the campaign about President Putin respecting you and not helping you have a relationship with him. Do you still feel that way, that he respects you, considering the conversations you've had that have been really nice with you?
Yeah.
Do you disrespect?
I've always gotten along with President Putin. I have had a great relationship with him. And he went through the Russia hugs too. You know, I mean, it was.
Oh, yeah,
we used to
Whirlpool,
talk
that would be a
about
good
it.
one.
We used to say, it's too bad we
Intel
really can't do
movie.
anything between our country. Because if we did, they'd say, oh, it's, some. Look, I was tough on Putin because I was the one that closed up Nord Stream, and Biden came along and
STC,
opened it up.
AMD's still going. The
I was
contracts
very
are
tough on
lagging a
Putin
little,
in
though.
one
They
way,
haven't
but we
hit
got along
100% yet.
very well. And I never, I never really thought this would happen. I thought we'd be able to negotiate something, and maybe that'll still happen. But it's very late down the process, so I'm disappointed. And the funny thing is that their economy isn't that big, and it's having a hard time right now. But it's a relatively small economy, a strong military, but strong economy. And it used to be a strong economy. Now it's not. He's going through a lot economically. It's not easy, but it's pretty small. compared to that magnificent size of that land, the land is massive. It's got, I guess, 9 time zones or something. It's a massive piece of land. Russia could be so rich. It could be so rich. It could be thriving like practically no other country. And they're holding that back because we can't. He wants to do trade deals with us. He talks about it all the time. He wanted to. And I envision that a lot of trade with Russia. They have a lot of valuable things. When you talk about
MDT,
rare earth,
they didn't announce the
rare earth, right?
pharma
Just
tariff.
about
That's what
every
you were just
form
saying a
can
little
have.
bit ago.
So
they have a broader deal, but nothing
Russia
specific
could
on
be
there.
so rich right now.
But even look at the
Instead, they
reaction to him
spend
as
all their money on
it's only
war.
0.1% with
They
Dow and
spend
Kuwait
everything on
already in
war
the
and killing
red.
people, and it doesn't make sense to me. I thought he would
Yeah,
want to
Jumia just took 2 candles with
end this
volume
thing
coming
quickly.
up on the
I
high.
really felt it was going to end, but every time I think it's going to end, he kills people.
Could a meeting help, and are you considering, has been proposed?
I don't know.
AMD,
I'm
bro.
not.
Edwards now, EW, that's
not
one
so
of those
interested in
biotechs. It's
talking
kind of like
anymore.
MDT.
He's,
They're both value and they both
He
have
talks
that
to me
exposure.
such nice conversations, such
Okay,
respectful and
the
nice conversations.
AMDs are right under 100% if you
People
had
died
those.
the following night with a missile going into a town and hitting. I mean, recently, I guess, the nursing home, but they hit other things. Whatever they hit, people die. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
We've just had a sense of your differences in political persuasion with Nigel Farage.
Bitcoin and Ethereum.
I wonder if you have any advice.
Again, those Bitcoin plays, even the premiums on that is actually ramping up. Again, they should be in the money.
Not differences, that's not differences. I happen to like both men. I like this man a lot, and I like Nigel.
Woo!
And, I don't know the politics over here. I don't know
I like Nigel.
where they stand. I would say one is slightly liberal, not that liberal, slightly, and the other one is slightly conservative. But they're both good men.
Wicks, okay,
Look,
Baba's dropping, and
we
then
like each other, we
WRD.
respect each other,
That was the one, the small cap
get
that
on,
got the
and,
China shit.
We've both
That one's already came
got
down.
a great love of our countries, of our families.
Okay, Amazon, everything's
and
still
therefore
edging
there's a
down.
huge amount
Even,
that
dude,
we
this
have
weekend,
already
good
achieved,
news, but
actually,
the reaction
together
so
we'll
far is
achieve
very,
as we
very
go
light.
forward,
But at least
leading
Bitcoin's
our
going.
respective
That's where most of
countries.
it is, and then
of course,
AMD
the
is just
relationship
tearing,
between
bro.
our countries. Donald, we were talking about this morning, that whether it's defense, security, intelligence sharing, it's a close historic relationship. We have fought together in the past. We've always stood together. And I, for one, I'm very pleased that we've got such a good personal relationship between us.
Okay, bonds too. 3
and
big
I
candles
think it
down on
just
the
shows
SPY
that
and then bonds.
Even if you come from
It's already kind of weird here, even with the yen and then the whole commodity landscape. It's just not, today's not as simple as it was when we started off last week.
Countries, and they are 2 great
But yeah,
countries.
equal weight's still kind of
And I
dumping.
think
Dow is
that
the
because
lagger.
we
Wait till the
focus
Russell goes
on
red.
what's
If the
best for
Russell
our
goes red,
countries,
then that's not going
we get
to
along
be
very
good.
well, and I'm very pleased that that's the case.
Dude, I didn't even finish.
I do
bro,
know he wants to
You guys
cut
are going to get mad at
taxes
me.
as much
Some
as
of
he
you might
can.
get mad at what I'm about to say.
Politics is pretty simple. It's I assume there's a thing going on between
Bro, I
you
think
and
the new
Nigel, and
Happy
it's
Gilmore
it's 2
sucked.
parties. But
I was so
generally
sad.
speaking, the one who
I didn't
cuts
even finish
taxes
it.
the most, the one
Okay,
who gives
SPY's
you the
still
lowest
going.
energy
KDP
prices
on the
and the best
high.
kind of energy.
Oh, where's the
The
staples?
one that keeps you out
Yeah,
of wars.
KDP's kind of
kept you out
running up
wars.
here.
But the one that keeps you out of wars. You have a few basics, and you can go back 1,000 years, 1,000,000 years, whoever does these things. But low taxes, keep us safe, keep us out of wars, no crime, stop the crime. And in your case, a big immigration component, because I know that.
Yeah, it wasn't like a bad
your attitude
movie,
has
but
become
it
strong
wasn't
on
my-
immigration, strong on the
wasn't my
toughness of
favorite.
immigration. But I think whoever's going to be, I think I won because we had a lousy president, to be honest with you. We had an incompetent president. But I won because I was very strong on immigration. Now, we had inflation. We had sort of a bad economy.
Hey,
with this
KDP,
guy.
that one's kind of
We
interesting.
had a lot
Dude,
of
AMD
problems,
is
but
nuts.
I focused on immigration
Fire.
more than I did anything else. And I think I won because of immigration. I think I won because of the border. I had a bad border where millions of people were coming in to our country illegally. And as you know, in last month, 0 people came into our country illegally, 0. So we went from a bad, incompetently run border to the most competently run border that anybody's ever seen.
Prime Minister, the president makes it look easy.
I had high X because I love the original Happy Gilmore. That was like one of my favorite movies.
Well, I think we've been discussing.
Okay, Microsoft
irregular
catching the
illegal
candle now.
migration is a huge
Like I say,
issue.
KDP, no headline on
in
that,
both
but
our
the way that's
countries
like climbing
and
up
the
there
United Kingdom,
kind of stands out.
it
No one
a
else is
real
doing
cause
that.
for concern, and that's why we must
I kinda
bear
like
down
it a
on
lot.
in all its aspects.
All the
upstream,
aspects.
across Europe, where a lot of ours comes into through northern France, across the Channel, working with our allies, with our colleagues, to break the gangs that are actually running this.
Yeah, I don't see
trade.
anything on KDP, but that looks
equally,
interesting.
being very strong that when people have arrived in this country, who've got no right to be here, then we should be removing them to their own country, and that's why I'm really pleased
Why
that
is KDP
we've been able to focus
those
on this
options
very
actually suck.
intensely and get 35,000 people out of the United Kingdom who had no right to be here, because the message
Yeah,
has to
KDP
be
has
you
not moved
can't
all
make your
fucking
way
year.
to the United
So be
Kingdom.
careful with those options. If
won't
it does
tolerate
hit
our
with
rules
news,
being
you'll make
broken.
money, but that
And
hasn't moved
if
in a
you get
year.
here, you will be returned to where
TTD
you
and
came from,
LMT
and
on
it's
the high.
really
SPY
important
still
to
near
bear
the
down
low.
on
Low
that.
ticker very active. Again, China hype plays and even China in general. They're still holding the gap, but they're giving
People
it up a little
coming
bit.
via the rules are always welcome. Of course, we've welcomed talent and people into this country for centuries, literally.
Bradley
What
Faisal at the
British people
beach!
will not tolerate
Let's go,
is those that break
baby.
the rules.
Oh
Those
yeah, we
that
got a
come
peach
through
tree on the
irregular,
way.
routes.
Florida! Let's go!
And that's what we're bearing down on. And I'm really
Oh,
pleased
yeah.
that through pretty
Bradley
well all of the
Fitz.
international
Thank you,
engagement
Bradley Frizzle.
I've done.
They don't, man. That's how we
all the
open up
meetings
the
I've
week,
had,
baby.
We've done deals with countries in the last 12 months.
God
that
bless
many
you,
people thought
brother.
it was not possible
I
to
hope I
deal
see
with
you soon
when
now.
it came to
Oh.
immigration, irregular
beach.
immigration. And we returned
Amen, bro.
thousands of
I
people
got
who've
some
got
good
no right to be
examples.
here. And that, I
You know,
think, is,
consistency is just like
for the British
disgusting.
people, we're a
You know
reasonably
how much that
tolerant,
separates people.
country,
You have no idea. I
where
hope
people
some
are
of you do
coming
have an idea. Shout out to
lawfully
Peach.
to contribute to
But oh my
our
gosh, fertilizer for the peach tree.
Then of course,
Oh,
they're welcome and made a great
thank you, my friend.
But what people will not tolerate.
Oh yeah,
is
we're
those
gonna
that break
got a
the
lot of work.
rules.
I'll tell you guys
That,
about it once the day
is
slows
an
down.
issue of today,
'Cause
but
I
it's
spent
a
the
very
whole weekend
British,
there.
Thing. We are people who respect rules. We don't.
Boeing
approve those that
popping.
break rules.
Whoa, kind of decent.
I can say though that
Just under
I
$1.
had
Qualcomm and
one of the
State Street
greatest
on the low.
victories, they
If
say,
you guys
the most
remember on
consequential in
Friday we had the State
129
Street
years. I
rumors,
don't know about that, but
and
it
then
was
people
pretty
were like
close.
making those rumors or
And
whatever
we
of
won
acquisition.
all of the swing states, which never happened.
watch
we
out
won
for
the
that.
popular vote by
That's on
millions
the
of
low
votes.
right now.
We won, tremendous
And then again,
electoral
Boeing with
college
the
sweep.
candle,
And I
gold
believe I did it
dropping.
more
XLK
than anything else
technology is
because of
doing
my
good.
strong stand on immigration. And I don't think this country is
Or
any
even
different in that
MPW
sense.
popping.
I
All right,
think,
you got a bigger.
I think it's a big factor. And it is
Something's
with a lot of
happening.
the
Check real
European
estate
countries.
stocks too.
Some of the countries have,
Nah,
have lost their way, and they have tremendous crime because
That was
of it.
weird.
I mean, you had countries with
you're
no
getting
crime
some interest rate
that now
sensitive
have
shit moving
tremendous
without
crime.
interest
You
rates
know the
moving.
countries, and I know
And then
the
again, that
countries.
Boeing candle is getting
And
larger.
so I think it's a huge
Again,
factor in
Qualcomm,
any
now
election, not just
CRVO,
this election, but in
Cuervo,
any election. I
Servo
think the one
Med.
that's toughest
Oh, it's already up
and most competent on
34%.
immigration is going to win the election. But then
Yeah,
you
the
add
EU deal, Asmil is up
you
on
add
that.
low taxes and you add the economy. He did a great thing with the economy because a lot of money is going to come in because of the deal that was made. But I think that immigration is now bigger than ever before.
Mr. President, your Treasury Secretary is meeting with Chinese trade
Right
officials.
now.
Right now.
Right now.
We received
Oh,
an
yeah.
update
He's
on
about to do China deal. Watch.
deal with these talks.
Or something about it.
Especially with the August 1st
Yeah.
deadline.
No, they're meeting right now, and we have a good relationship
down, though,
with
on it.
China. But China's tough, and like you're tough. We're all tough, yes. But
We're all tough.
we're going to see what happens. We just concluded our deal with Japan.
Capital One.
It was very good for everybody.
All right, kind of a
We're making,
dud. That was his shot
great
if he wanted to
deals.
say
We're
anything
making,
about it.
deals
Now
that are
look,
good
K-Web's going
for
down.
us, but we want them to be good for everybody. It's important. It's sometimes I'll do something that I shouldn't do because it's not very important for our country, but it's very meaningful for the country on the other side. And I'll let them have that point because it's very important for them. So I don't know, but we've made a lot of deals in the last couple of months. And then ultimately,
MP Dubs
as you
again.
might as well
That's
know,
literally
we're
the
gonna
only real estate one doing
you
it.
have 200 countries.
Oh, congrats on that
People don't
cough,
know
man.
that.
Thank
Got
you,
a lot of
bro.
countries.
Honestly, bro.
And
You
I wouldn't
were
want to sit
donated
down with
last
200
week, too,
people
man.
have to
God
deal the
bless
way
you. God bless
he
all
was
of you, bro.
calling
You
me
have
all
no
the
idea.
time.
I'm
We
so
want
hyped.
this. We got to have that. We have. These are tough negotiators.
Let's get through
These
the
are,
morning.
look,
I got a lot of updates
smart
for
people
y'all.
are tough negotiators. They know what they want.
Tesla.
And, but we're going to be
All right, Tesla
setting
at
a
the
tariff
high. And you just got that peach.
for essentially the rest of the world.
And Boeing went
And that's
crazy.
what
I
they're
didn't
gonna
even
pay if they
realize
wanna
it.
do business in
Wait
the
a minute. The
United
peach
States.
came in on a
You
Boeing
can't sit down and make 200 deals.
candle.
But we've made the big ones. We just
We're going to be
finished
setting a tariff
Indonesia.
for the
They
rest of
opened
the
up
world,
their
and that's what
country.
China will have
We
to
just
pay.
finished Japan. They opened up their country.
Yeah, so
You know,
China
Japan
is not
opened
sounding
up their
good. He
country.
started
They
with the
were
bad
totally
news.
closed.
But think about how we
They
got here
opened
with the
up to our
EU stuff
cars,
last week.
Even to rice. Rice was a big deal. They would never take anybody else's rice. They'd take in rice. But they opened up their country. Philippines, we just finished. They opened up their country. They were very closed. I'd love to see China open up their country. So we're dealing with China right now, as we speak. Yeah, we're dealing with China right now.
The deal you've got with the UK is better than one that European
Do you think
Union.
it's better? 3M keeps going too. I think they're already reported.
No, look, we have a very special
I might be
relationship with this
tripping.
country. Like, my mother was born here. And not only born here, loved it.
Hey,
She
Spy
came
coming back
I tell you,
down.
religiously
That
every year.
opportunity to talk about
And she'd go
China,
up to
the
store
market
away
took
and
it, but
see
then
her-
he cold watered it.
Relatives. But she loved the country. Yeah, that probably
Okay,
has.
VIX on the high now.
It always has
I mean,
an
once
impact.
again, remember last week or
Always
2
has
weeks
an
ago,
impact. But,
you hit
you know,
several new highs and then you'd kind of come down.
Germany has a
but
new
then just to be back up. Tesla's still
leader,
ripping, whatever that is.
And I think he's terrific. I think
And
you like
Spy
him too.
catching
I
the
think
bait
he's
off the
terrific.
bottom.
My father was born in Germany. Or is Germany his parents said, we're just out. But so you have a lot of feeling for this part of the world. I do. I want to see this part of the world do well. Germany, Scotland, UK. I want this part of the world to do well. All of the nations. You do feel a certain. You have a warm feeling toward a part when your parents are born essentially here, and I think maybe it's slightly different. Maybe it's not. I don't know, but maybe it's slightly different.
Mr. President, you didn't completely rule out a pardon for Ghislaine Maxwell when you landed. Is that something you would ever consider, and why?
Pardon for who?
For Ghislaine Maxwell.
Well, I'm allowed to give her a pardon, but nobody's approached me with it. Nobody's asked me about it. It's in the news about that aspect of it, but right now it would be inappropriate to talk about it. So.
Mr. President,
Okay, the AMDs are up over 100 now.
Is well known in Scotland.
Wind is a disaster.
But in Scotland and across the UK, wind farms.
I know, it's a shame. It's not his fault. I used to tell Alex Salmon.
Have you spoken to the Prime Minister, and will you speak to the
Well, all I can do is give my look. Wind is the most expensive form of energy, and it destroys the beauty of your fields and your plains and your.
I think he did say the same thing about
waterways.
I think you're right.
Look out there. There's no windmills, but if you look in another direction, you see windmills. When we go to Aberdeen, you'll see some of the ugliest windmills you've ever seen. They're the height of a 50-story building.
Tesla.
And
Tesla,
you could
AMD,
take
I feel like
1,000
these are the
times
easy
more
ones today.
energy
AMD's still launching.
out of a hole in the ground this
Again,
big.
Intel hit
This big.
a
It's
little
called
bit, but
oil
still
and gas.
low. And then
And you
NVIDIA
have
is
it
still
there, the North
175.
Sea.
NVIDIA looks
This
like
big
it wants to go right
that
now.
nobody would even see. You can take
Again,
1,000
a lot
times
of
more
drugs
power.
too. GPCRs are canceled.
Because the wind is intermittent, it doesn't work.
Like
It's
3 or
extremely
4 other
expensive.
biotechs
All the
today.
windmills are made in
Walmart
China.
kind of
They
popping.
used to be Germany and China. Now they're
Check
mostly
again.
in
It
China.
did this the other
They
day.
all come out of
Walmart.
China. They say that the blades, which are carbon fiber, you can't bury. Oh, okay, you can't bury. What are you going to do? Dump them in the ocean someplace? Because they only last a certain period of time. And
Tesla. Remember, Walmart did this a
windmill
lot
has a
on
life
Friday.
of 8 years, especially when they're out in
So
the
watch
salty
Staples,
sea.
'cause they were
and
down
they
here.
start to rot and to rust. You're going to have to replace them. It's very hard to replace them. Wind needs massive subsidy.
Yeah, I don't see anything
you
on
are
Walmart.
paying
I
in
keep going though.
Scotland and in
That's
UK
literally 30
and
cents
all over
on
the place where
Walmart.
they have
It's a pretty
massive
decent amount.
subsidies to have these ugly monsters
Oh,
all
they got
over the
earnings
place.
coming up, too,
So
huh?
I've restricted windmills in the United States. Now, A couple, we have, the poor stupid people at the beginning, they approve them, so they have their full approvals. But I've restricted windmills in the United States because they also kill all your birds. They wipe out. It's interesting. If you shoot a bald eagle in the United States, they put you in jail for 5 years. And yet windmills knock out hundreds of them. They don't do anything. You explained that. So it's a very expensive energy. It's a very ugly energy. And we won't allow it in the United States.
So we believe in a mix. And obviously oil and gas is going to be with us for a very long time. And that'll be part of the mix. But also wind, solar, increasingly nuclear, which is what we've been discussing this morning, civil nuclear as we go forward. The most important thing for the United Kingdom is that we have control of our energy and we have energy independence and security, because at the moment, whatever the attributes and facilities in the North Sea, that is sold onto the international market. We buy it back off the international market. That was a historic mistake in my view. But what we need is a mix so that we get the energy security that we need for the future, and that's the focus of everything that we're doing. But what we have discussed today is that the energy prices are too high, which is why we recently
Boeing built X-37B OTV launched for no later than August 21st.
But in the long
space
run, the
plane.
only way to reduce your energy prices is to take control of your energy, and that's what we're doing, taking control of our energy.
Mr. President, our King Charles, who you're a great friend of, is a big fan of eco-projects, windmills, as you call them. Is he wrong?
So King Charles is an environmentalist, I will tell you. And I say that in a positive way, not a negative way. And every time I've met with him, he talked about the environment, how important it is. And I'm all for it. I think that's great.
Spotify.
King Charles, more than anything
and
else,
Costco,
loves the
you still
country.
got Wally World going. I think when it was down,
he truly
China.
is an environmentalist.
Yeah, let me
He
get you guys a checkup
clean
here
air,
in 5
clean
minutes.
Water, all of
Good
the things
morning.
that we all want.
Mr. President, you have said that you have not been briefed on the Epstein files, or your name has not appeared in the Epstein files. But doesn't the AG have to tell you if your name is...
Well, I haven't been overly interested in it. It's a hoax that's been built up way beyond proportion. I can say this, those files were run by the worst scum on earth. They were run by Comey, they were run by Garland, they were run by Biden and all of the people that actually ran the government, including the auto pen.
Ion Q, a couple of the quantum and like small cap
if they had anything, I assume they would have released
momentum
it.
plays. A lot of
The
them
whole
just
thing is
flash
a
so low
hoax.
right now.
They ran
So
the
SPY's
files.
coming down though, so keep
I was
an eye on
running
big tech.
against
You got
somebody
Staples waking up, or at
that
least
ran the
Walmart.
files.
Staples
If
just
they
stopped
had
moving.
something, they would have released.
Healthcare's
Now,
down.
they can easily put
But now
something in the
SPY
files.
and Russell, like I was
that's
telling
a
you,
phony.
if the
Like,
Russell
as an
goes,
example,
that's going to add a different
Christopher
pressure. And
Steele, a
China
person
too.
you know well, happens to be from your country. But Christopher Steele, as an example, wrote a book, a dossier. We call it the fake news dossier. And the whole thing was a fake. The whole thing was a fake. They could put things in the file that are fake. But those files were run by bad, sick people. If they had anything, why didn't they use it when I was killing Joe and then he gave out because he was 25 points down? And then I got somebody new. Nobody even knew anything about it. She was a horrible vice president. She was a border czar, but she never went to the border. She never once called a border patrol agent to find out how we're done. But she was the border czar.
Crowd on the high.
Her name was Kamala.
Only 40
Nobody
highs,
knows her
actually. I
last
just
name.
started
It was
moving.
Harris.
Again, didn't they
But
have
nobody knew
reported
her
the other
last
day?
name. So I ended up, how would you like to end up in a race where you're killing somebody, you're beating him, and then they say, all right, we'll take him out. He's not working. Let's put somebody else. And then she had a 6-week honeymoon. It was amazing. They predicted she would have a 6-week honeymoon, and she did. And then she got slaughtered. But think of it. Those files were run by these people. They were run by my enemy. If there was anything in there, they would have used them for the election. Yeah.
Do you think that drawing, I think I heard you say something the other day, that the drawing that was the subject of the Wall Street Journal report,
I don't do drawings. I'm not a drawing person.
do you think it was fraudulent?
I don't do drawings.
I
Sometimes
don't do
people say, would you do a
drawings.
building and I'll draw 4 lines and a little roof, for a charity stuff. But I'm not a drawing person. I don't do drawings of women, that I can tell you. They say there's a drawing of a woman. And I don't do drawings of women. And also, you know, Epstein was always a very controversial guy. I was at a very high position, you know, pretty much all my life. In all fairness, I've been doing this for a long time. I had the top show on television. I had the #1 bestsellers. I had everything, right? And I was a very successful business guy. He was a very controversial. Who would do a controversial drawing? Now, with that being said, they say there were many letters done by many people, and in many big
Pony
people.
on the
you know,
love.
big,
All these China
successful
names,
people.
even the momentum ones, getting
But,
flushed. We Ride had the good news.
I just don't. When you talk about files, I just keep going back, and other people too.
Yeah,
Even
ESPR
the
is
enemy
running 5%.
says this thing
There's
is
a lot of little biotechs today.
not correct, because if we had it, we
NVIDIA,
would have used it on the
AM
guy.
Dizzle's still
It's
up.
a bad issue. They say it's a good issue for
NSC.
Trump. Do you know
So again,
that my
some
poll
people are
numbers
saying
are
the
up
buyout
4.5
could be done
points
by today, or
since
you'll get an
this
offer.
ridiculous Epstein stuff?
They're already up
So
a little bit more.
My poll numbers
Pins
have
on the
gone
high
up
too now.
4.5 points.
Pinterest.
Because people don't buy it. Okay, people don't buy it. And he's gone, and we want to focus on trade deals. I want to focus on the deal we just made with the European Union, which is the biggest trade deal in history. It's the biggest deal, I think, in history, not just trade deal. So if they would have had something, they would have used it. Yeah.
People keep writing stories about the time you threw him out of Mar-a-Lago. Well, can you settle that? What was it about? What caused the breach with him?
That's such old history. Very easy to explain, but I don't want to waste your time by explaining it. But for years, I wouldn't talk to Jeffrey Epstein. I wouldn't talk because he did something that was inappropriate. He hired help. And I said, don't ever do that again. He stole people that worked for me. I said, don't ever do that again. He did it again. And I threw him out of the place, persona non grata. I threw him out, and that was it. I'm glad I did, if you want to know the truth. And by the way, I never went to the island, and Bill Clinton went there supposedly 28 times. I never went to the island, but Larry Summers, I hear, went there. He was the head of Harvard. And many other people that are very big people. Nobody ever talks about them. I never had the privilege of going to his island. And I did turn it down, but a lot of people in Palm Beach were invited to his island. In one of my very good moments, I turned it down. I didn't want to go to his island. Yeah.
Mr. President, on Gaza, next time you speak to Netanyahu, what will you ask him to do?
Say what louder?
Next time you speak to Netanyahu, what will you ask him to do?
Well, I'm going to say, look, we're giving money and we're giving food, but we're over here and we're over in the United States, and I think I can speak for the Prime Minister. We're giving money and things. He's got to sort of like run it. Well, I want them to make sure they get the food. I want to make sure they get the food, every ounce of food. I think you want to say.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an absolute focus.
Because that food isn't being delivered,
Mr. President,
or at least all of it.
you said you were going to set essentially a tariff for the rest of the world.
For the world.
What percent will that tariff be?
I would say it'll be somewhere in the 15 to 20% range.
So maybe 15 or 20 or?
No, I said, you know, I sort of know, but I just want to be nice. I would say in the range of 15 to 20%.
Could you use an offer you might offer to UK steel?
Probably one of those two numbers.
But UK and steel aluminum makers here are worried about the tariffs. Will you do anything to help them here?
Aluminum?
And steel.
You're a pretty big aluminum maker.
Yeah, that's already covered in the deal that we've agreed. So we're just doing the implementation of that.
But Mr. President, when will that come down from 25% to 0?
You mean on the overall, on the world?
On steel and aluminum from Britain, it's 25.
Well, we're going to know pretty soon. We're going to have it pretty soon.
Mr. President,
You have no idea that these people are tough negotiators, okay? But we're a big buyer
I
of
was
steel.
muted.
But we're going to make
I
our
was
own
saying
steel.
Trump
We're
just
gonna
said the
make
world tariff rate at
our
15
own
to 20.
aluminum for the most
And then
part.
if
But
you
we-
guys don't remember,
we buy a lot of
the
aluminum from
estimate at
Russia.
the
And a lot
beginning
of
of the year
steel.
was like 17.
Who
Then
are you with?
19 is where we
Who
were
are
at
you with?
last
'Cause you're
week,
asking
which is a
such
little
nice
high.
questions.
But now all these deals at 15 are lower, but then you still
They're
haven't
lucky.
had China figured out. But yeah, you're getting some reactions there, even on the bonds too, as he's describing this.
We've had changes to inheritance tax, which mean a lot of farmers feel they're going to lose their farms when they die very fast. How important are farms to the country?
You mean they're going to lose the farm because of estate taxes?
What?
So what I've done...
We got it farm. I'm not losing no farm.
I know. Well, they're cash poor. They're land rich and cash poor.
WVAV up 100%, small cap. And then XYZ popping now too.
Sometimes I'm cash
Block.
rich and land poor. I like it both ways, but as they get older, I like the more conservative route. So I did something that I don't know if you can do, but it was great. I love our farmers. As you know, in our tax
love
bill,
you too.
we have a clause.
We love you
that's
too,
very
Donald.
important. We were
I'm a
losing
farmer
lot of
now. I can
farms
say that.
to the banks.
I don't have any animals
Because
or any plants.
Mother,
but
a
I have the
loving mother
farm.
and father would die and left their farm to their children or their child, but their children, their family. And they loved their family, and they thought they were doing them a favor, but they had a 50% tax to pay. So the land would get valued and at a high number, because some of the farms were valuable, but they didn't, you know, they couldn't quantify it. And they go out and borrow money to pay the estate tax or the death tax.
China mission the EU. Some
And
EU Parliament
they'd
members
overextend
seriously
and they'd
violated
lose
the
the
One
farm.
China principle and grossly interfered
commit
in
suicide
China's
in many
internal
cases.
affairs.
No,
China,
our
SMCI.
levels are nowhere near 50%.
Again, last couple minutes, you got a
They're
couple of
not.
new
We've
poppers
just
here.
where it's paid over
Meanwhile, the low
many
ticker has some new
years,
ones too.
works out
Well, that's
about
good.
An extra 2% a year over 10 years. So it's
Yeah,
not
DoorDash
at those levels by
flushing.
any stretch of the imagination. But the other thing that we've done, as you know, is make sure that we've got a pathway for farmers that actually increases their year-on-year income, which is the most important thing. And in all of the deals that we do, we ensure that
I never
our
thought these
farmers
farm
are the
talks
central focus
would
for
apply to
much of
me.
it, particularly on the agriculture, including in the US deal, because I don't think we can go on.
What's
for
your
years
policy
saying
on
that,
Highland mini cows?
It's
How are we
acceptable
going
for farmers
to
to have
rectify
a
this?
year-on-year income which isn't sufficient. We've got to fix that problem.
We can talk about it later.
We can't simply live with that problem. So it's a very
Abercrombie,
difficult
A&F,
situation.
Well, we
pop,
ended
dollar,
the estate tax.
or
There is
like
no
50
estate
cents.
tax on farmers. So when a parent leaves their farm, because again, a lot of these farms, they don't make a lot of money, but it's a way of life, and they love their way of life, and they love that dirt. That dirt is the most beautiful thing they've ever
Amen.
seen. They love it. I mean, they're farmers. They love doing it. They don't know how to do anything else, but they don't want to do anything else. I speak to farmers. I say, "Would you like to live in my penthouse in Manhattan? It's always beautiful." No, sir. I want this farm. Now, what happens is, I mean, we were losing a lot of people to suicide. They'd borrow money
Bonds
to pay the
again.
estate tax, and they were not able to pay it. And some banks are ruthless; they wouldn't do anything, and they would end up committing suicide.
Yeah, you got
we
some
have
things moving
totally
around here.
ended.
You still
the
have
estate
names
tax
on the
in
low,
those
but now you have a whole new
situations. So there's
set
no
going up
estate
right
tax.
now.
So when
And
a
then
parent
lot of
leaves
the
the
other
farm to the
chips
kids,
and other stuff
they don't
that
have to worry
held.
about
But now
your
Nvidia's
local,
going down,
possibly
and
unfriendly
Google.
banker
But
coming
then
in and stealing
Amazon's
their
up,
farm.
and then the ones that haven't reported. Yeah, Apple's starting to pop now too. TTD.
Is migrants being housed in hotels and people in the local communities not feeling safe. Is that an appropriate place for housing migrants?
I don't like anything about it. They shouldn't be allowed in. Anybody illegally should not be allowed in the country. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Gotta go. All right, well, you're popping off that. You even got some bad China headlines towards the EU, but yeah, now we're starting to move. Everything just popped right there. Like I was saying, there's two names like Nvidia and a couple like DoorDash that were going down, and now you just got a random set start to move at the top of the hour. Oh, what up, Hayes? How you living, baby? Good morning. And then, yeah, let me get you guys a checkup here. It's only 7. We've been here for about 30 minutes. It looks like the S&P 181 in the green, 322 in the red. Dow Jones is 50-50. So Dow was the first one to go red, and actually it was red like maybe 20 minutes ago, maybe 15, but now it's actually going break even, but that is 50-50. And then NASDAQ 60-40. So not bad. Was that the gap fill? Did we just go down and hit it? I mean, again, we're back above 6,400 now, I believe. Or, yeah, you're right there. And then equal weight's still lower on the day. I mean, you do have a lot of tech. And then today's going to start off a little weird, but just remember, before you know it, people are going to start getting ready for earnings. So 40% of the S&P reports, like we've talked about, these reporting weeks give you big movement, but like it's usually like you get closer to 1%, but then it's usually negative performance. So we're going to find out. But then coming in here, the trade deal stuff is good. So even though it kind of went down a little bit, just, you know, this whole EU thing, we could have waited till Friday, but we didn't have to. And then now that we have like good news on it, I'm a little pleasantly surprised. But now China is the final one. All right, yeah, but you're right back up. You're about to hit 6,400 again. You got a little bit more. Dow Jones 50-50, SPY slightly leaning green, and then same thing with the NASDAQ. And then bonds, too. I mean, currencies are kind of all over the place today. Yeah, VIX 15 is very low, even though it's green right now. But it's still, yeah, we're chilling. The last couple months. Or it's probably say since like June, once we got out of the hole. Oh, is DVR on? No. Oh, shit. Yeah, you guys got to refresh. My bad. Lumen. All right. High ticker's still going. SPY's up now. So, again, you saw a couple there. I don't think healthcare staples, they're not as hot as they were last week. I think it is about big tech until it's not. GM going up. And then, remember, EU deal. It did wreck Stellantis and a few others. ADI. Marvel, that's another chip. I keep seeing them. Again, AMD is just like on fire. And then HD just turned up. It's weird. Staples aren't moving with it. Bro, I was at Home Depot and Lowe's a lot this weekend. I live there now. I got to show you guys the haul. Anarchis had the upgrade still there. UNP, again, UNP and SMC or NSC. Illumina. GLB. Oh, that's not Globe Life. It's the other one. ALK, Alaska Airlines. Look bigger on the high ticker. And then whatever VWAV was, we saw that during the Trump thing. That one still keeps climbing. And then whatever those China comments were, China comments towards the EU did not sound good, but I don't think there was really a reaction. Okay, autos, GM. Tesla was already leading. We saw Qualcomm earlier. And there's Tesla. I don't see Ford move. It's just Tesla and GM right now. CEAD? What is it? I don't see a CEAD, brother. Google. Remember, Google already reported. And then speaking of Lowe's, they're both doing it. Both home improvement stores. They just literally ramped up for no reason. Carney says any trade deal with the U.S. must be on fair terms for Canada. He said talks with U.S. are at an intense phase. Carney, we don't care. We have EU now, bro. That's it. We get EU and China. We're good, bro. Bonds are taking another candle, which is kind of odd considering the other currencies today. So we saw a little bit of that correlation break last week. So yeah, the yen is down. Oh, I guess that candle there, just a little outperformance on U.S. bonds. CRM, that bond candle is getting big. TLT, and then Estee Lauder now. Estee Lauder with the candle, it's weird. All the other China plays are not doing as well. So even though Estee Lauder is American, I view it as a China one. Conagra, yeah, we talked about it, I think 2 weeks ago. I like it. It's not my top pick, but it's one of those you could work in your portfolio if need be. You better not buy the paint from... I already bought paint. I had to. So I already got shit done. I got floors delivered, and then the whole time I was there, I have somebody working on it. So I have the whole house already repainted, both units, and then I got to finish one more unit with paint, and then we're gonna get the floors done, and then it's already has most of the furnishings for like an Airbnb or for people to stay there, but I didn't get beds in there, so that's why I'm not sleeping there. Tesla. And then UNP. Okay, calls on lows. I was at everywhere. Lowe's, Home Depot, Sherwin-Williams, whichever was closer. We would just go. We'll get right. We'll talk about it too. I haven't really talked about it yet, so we'll discuss it once we get over these headlines. You know, in the middle of the day, market's gonna chill, baby, and then it's Friday. No, it's Monday. Feels like a Friday. I'm excited. I'm excited. HD and Lowe's, bro, both of them. Those just started running up. You got Honeywell, and then I think Whirlpool reports, and then Whirlpool just knifed. Meanwhile, Tesla's on the high. XLY on the high now. Well. Yeah, consumer discretionaries. Canada Carney talks are at an intense stage. VWAV. That one again. And then there's Tessie. Tesla's up 2.6, but last week had a lot of back and forth. And then speaking of last week reporters, Google, that one's not kind of doing its thing. It had more activity on Friday. Again, UNP and NSC are running up a little harder now. UNP's up 2. Again, they do have a potential buyout in play or merger. And then Dollar General selling off. SPY trying to do another break here of 6,400. UPB, that's not UNP. Upstream. A lot of biotech still, even from the last 2 weeks, man. Every day we've woken up with some biotech shit. Ulta, 52-week high. That would have been killer at the 300s. That was on the list at 300s as a growth name. And then bonds. Bonds are kind of tripping me out. It could be a good sign. I don't know. We have a lot of deals, so maybe. But, you know, remember, we have been climbing ever since we hit the danger zone, but it's not out of the woods just yet. But yeah, bonds are now doing a lot better than the yen. SPY's at 6,400, which is insane. All right. Yeah, Apple started this little run here. I want to say it was Apple because NVIDIA chilled out. Yeah, then literally Apple's hitting a new high as we are about to. Again, even Amazon's playing along a little bit. It's not like running. And then NVIDIA was already green. It just stopped moving. So you generally have Mag 7 in your favor, but then it's still 60-40 on the day. I mean, it's only been like 15 minutes since the last checkup. So not bad, but you're hitting a new high. Good morning. The wrong one. Yeah, bro, those AMDs are crazy. UNFI. UNFI started to get volume 5 minutes ago and then moving at the high. Google on the low. I feel like I saw ADM and a few others. Disney and Intel on the low now too. So you got a couple of names flushing. The low ticker activity is picking up. Dude, Tesla again. And then UI. I might even keep up the NSC. And who is it? CP? WWW, JP Morgan. Now Tesla again, 325. Has it filled the earnings gap? So 330. That's where you were at literally last Thursday. Remember, day after they were down like 9%. And then it like stabilized, went up, and then now we're doing it again. And then Google is dumping. They reported the same day. Baba going up. It is. It's trying to climb up there. K-Web's still down. Baba was the leader. So So there's still a lot of China names, but Trump kind of cold watered it. Not too much. GD on the low, WRD, Google. So low ticker's picking up, but you're still climbing. I think you just hit another high. I mean, you have Apple and the other stuff playing. And then Bitcoin near the low. Equal weight still down on the day. 6401. Everything's green now. Dow, Russell, SPY. There's Apple. So that's going to help out. I know Tesla really won't stop. WWW on the high. Yeah, it looks like crypto started off good, but already starting to dribble down. And then right now it is hanging over the lows. 64. Yeah, we clipped it 1 point above. Still fascinated by that. I remember when 6,200 we were tripping. So yeah, it's all kind of nuts. Vape, up 600%. Nice. So yeah, it is. That's the one you told me to take a look at. I have no idea what this is. Did we see that in the morning? I don't even think it showed up on our, because it's one that did the little halt thing. Oh wait, no, I think we did read it. The BNB Treasury. So that's the new thing. That's the one that I think is new here today, is that people were talking about acquiring BNB. So instead of, at first it was a Bitcoin Treasury, then it was Ethereum Treasury, and now they're talking BNB. BNB is literally the Binance coin, which is kind of crazy. Then again, homeboy's not in trouble anymore. So yeah, but that is the new wave with all of these crypto treasury companies. BNB. Like a era BNB, Joshua, or no? Okay. Okay, yola. I need to check Airbnb. I haven't even looked. They got some new custom ones. Oh yeah, Solana too. But not too many of the Solana treasury ones, surprisingly. I haven't seen as much as that. Again, even seeing BNB this morning was kind of surprising. So it's still developing. Mohawk on the high. What was the one we saw last week? Hele. Yeah, that one's. And then we're CNC. You guys remember CNC got mollywopped and then bounced. So see what that does. I don't know if they're just out of the woods yet. And then XLV was weak. Tesla and Apple, AMD. You should know your leaders today. Carney asked about Trump's comments about difficulty negotiating with Canada. Yes, we are difficult, but we are fighting for Canada. And then, yeah, and then someone asked, they're like, can Canadians come to the farm? I'm totally fine with that. Just whatever you bring, you just got to bring 20% more. That's all. So just make sure you follow all applicable tariffs and rates, and you are more than welcome, brethren. Yeah. So whatever you were going to bring, like if you're like, oh, I'm bringing some hay, Josh, just bring 20% more. That's all. That's the thing. I would hate to report you to Donald. I don't make the rules. I just enforce them in this situation. Plus currency fees. It all depends on the currency. You know, maple syrup, though, is accepted everywhere. I don't know what value you'll get, but it is accepted everywhere. Whoa, Big Red. Hi. Again, you got Canada Carney comments right now, but you just got a red on Carney. Just saying it's difficult. So get ready. You might have another one. No, stream alerts are not available right now. We'll eventually have them back up, but then the change is, so if you already signed up for stream alerts and you are no longer on it, we're not going to allow you to sign up in the future. So stream alerts, you get one shot at it moving forward. just because it's too difficult. I don't want to handle it. And we have a team for it, but people like scam it. People do too much, so it's a lot of work. But yeah, so be on the lookout for it. I'm more prioritizing the farm than stream alerts, but we're gonna get that up and running eventually. How can you get updated on what you've missed? Just watch the videos. Go to the trading fraternity. We ended the watch list. We're still doing the long term. And then no plays. I've changed the rules, so read that. Don't get banned. And then, yeah, you're good to go. But the best thing is to just pay attention. Pay attention and watch list, for sure. For sure. Josh announces 20% tariffs for Canadians. I guess so. I did announce a 20% tariff and we got red. So maybe it was my fault. Yeah, the VWAV, we saw that early, but I just had no idea what it was. Thanks for leading the charge. Nah, man. Thank you guys, the real ones. So, I don't know if that's you or not, but oh, man. I love you. I'm excited, bro. I'm really, really excited. You have no idea, bro. And I think the video yesterday, I thought it was a terrible video. I just was really excited and wanted to show you guys. Again, it closes today. So that's why people were like, I found it, Josh. And I'm like, I don't know if that's it, brother. So I wired the money on Friday. They're not even leaving until like 4 days. So they get an extra 4 days to occupy. But it should like settle today. It comes into my name. But I'm very excited, bro. Yeah, so go check out the video if you didn't, but I don't know. I got to see a lot of y'all come out of the woodworks, and I'm excited, bro, for real. So I'm going to give priority to the people who were like, you know, both holding it down and then the OG stream alerts and everybody on there. But at the end of the day, man, I'm very excited. It's very heartwarming. I want it to be something very wholesome, and at the end of the day, bro, like I think it could be cool for everybody. And I would love for everybody. I'm not even going to really hold that many grudges for real. Because, like, the reaction I've already gotten from people and the outpouring of love and just people who were like, I don't know, I haven't seen them in a minute. And I think they're very excited now. So I think it's a good thing, bro. And that's what I'm saying. You know, help me protect it. That's what we're going to, we're going to go slow to make sure we could use it and work it the right way. But so far, I'm really... Yo, Freeport, FCX, 5% down. You got something. Oh, yeah. Farm rants and all. We still catching it. FCX. Options are kind of shitty. There's one. All right. There's some cheapies. I still think those are a little... I literally spent $10. But yeah, that's starting to move. FCX, 5% down. I don't know what it is. That's just too big to not... Chief Financial Minister expects copper tariff exception. That could be the reason why. But check FCX. But that's much Chile. That's smaller. SCCO, and then THC on the hot, 10 cent. Shake Shack, all right, let me see. Yeah, Shake Shack with a pop. Interesting. The lithium tin, I'll give it to you in a second. Let's wait like another 30 more minutes. Boot on the high. All right, FCX already bounced 2.5. Still no other headline except the Chile one. And then Shake Shack is going nuts. Shake Shack 1.5. I wouldn't call it crazy, but again, and that's why if you didn't notice how I reacted, FC, anything that goes 5%, 3 to 5, you usually get a trigger there. So we're gonna, Chile won't retaliate U.S. tariffs, finance minister says. MP's going up on it. So look, you got FCX down, MP up. So that's gonna be tied into whatever's moving there. Shake Shack has earnings on Thursday. And then Walmart's still climbing. FI, FCX. So watch between these two, see what they do, and then we should watch Apple as well. Bitcoin, I mean, Bitcoin's gonna do that. I was actually surprised how it was. It's still up 1%. And then MP still going, FCX. The plays are still up on FCX. I was about to get rid of them, but I'm gonna wait for the next move. And then SPY still at open. I love it. I love the spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours and stay at the same spot. It makes me smile. I don't know why. I hate it, but it makes me smile because I'm like, wow, we really are just at open every single day. Sarepta on the high. Again, we had all that drama on there last week. Sarepta kind of really moving. 1280, 1290 now, 8%. And then wheat now moving up. Sarepta, Smuckers. Bro, I've seen like 3 different staples start to climb up. And then VC on the high. And then SPY started to move. And then you got GM again. See if Tesla goes. Both of those did that like 20 minutes ago. And then BBY. Target. Okay, another set of values. Some of the values are barely moving, and then the runners earlier, like Home Depot and Walmart, they're hitting new highs. So, but you still have staples down, and then Russell's the only one in the red. I can't believe it. Dow actually went green. I sold out FCX. I got 100%. It was kind of shitty. Because it was up way more, and I put in the order, then they lowered it, then it bounced, and then, yeah, I don't want to do it. The other plays were good. I like them. But, yeah, we got that early enough. It was 5%, and then it went, but it's still at 3.7. But I took 100%, so I'm out of it. Dallas Fed Business Index 0.9 versus estimate, or versus minus 12.7 previous. SMCI. Good morning. Good morning, brethren. Thank you. I look forward to seeing some of you. That's it. But then y'all scared me, though. I'm not going to lie. Somebody commented, you know, go to my Instagram. If you see my Instagram story, I posted the little, like, cooking thing. That, like, cooking tool. I don't know what it's called. With the little turny thing. And then tell me why homeboy is like, we gonna cook squirrels on there, Josh. And listen, I look forward for some of y'all to show me. I can't wait for you to show me your redneck culture. Because I've always wanted to be a redneck, you know. but I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. You know, like I'm not. I will accept it, and I'll be like, "Oh, show me your ways," and I'm gonna be excited to see how you show me what you do. You know, and I'll be like, "Oh, wow!" But I personally, I wasn't ready when he sent me. He said, "Oh, we're gonna cook up a squirrel," and I was like, "Okay, I don't think I'm that ready yet." And I was like, this is okay. I was thinking, the cow idea, but then I'm like squirrels, so I don't know, Chad. We will find out. I don't think I've ever had, I think I've had rabbit. I've never had squirrel. And like, no, bro, we can't. I'm just, who I'm thinking about right now? My girl. Because every time we were like at the property this weekend, bro, you like drive and then a bunch of like bunnies and rabbits would just like scurry away. It's very naturey, and she'd be like, "Oh my God, look!" We can't just kill it and like cook it up on that thing in the mid. You know what I'm saying, bro? She would be traumatized. How about a rifle and a pistol range? General rule of thumb is like if you take a bunch of people on the internet and invite them into the same location, try to avoid firearms. So we're gonna stick with that one. I don't know who wrote that rule, but I'm pretty sure it's a rule, and so no firearms, no firearms will be there, except for security. But we're not gonna have any. That's only one thing I want, sadly, because I enjoy it, is axe throwing. But even then, axe throwing gets pretty dangerous because we have the little thing for it. It's all ready to go, but yeah. You could bring a slingshot. Yeah, bow and arrow, I'm down. I want archery. We could do paintball, like low key. TIPT, Tiptree. Liquid as hell, but I just took some volume. And then Wayfair. No, we don't need we have it. It's already like set up for that, but depending on what we build, we will need that. Because we want like the automatic sprinklers and shit. CVS flushing. Remember who was it on Friday? Remember it was CVS CNC. And then they bounced. SMCI again, bro. That was at 54 or something. 55? Oh, I got the hiccups. EW on the low. And circle. Mojeo with squirrels? That's disgusting. I never thought those two worlds would collide. He just said my favorite Egyptian dish and squirrel. Nice. Oh, where's Dak? Oh, Dak was on fire on Friday. An hour update? Are you talking about the market checkup? We had one like 30 minutes ago, but Dow Jones 16 green, 14 red. NASDAQ 50-50, literally. And then SPY 166 green, 336 in the red. SPY got a lot worse. Oh, y'all hear that? HD and then Procter Gamble, then Toll Brothers and DHI. Home builders, SPY at VWAP or open, depending on how you want to look at it. A-Lab on the low. A-Lab just flushed about $1. And then MGM on the high. You just had Dallas Fed Services. No, it's Fed Manufacturing. right. Well, listen, y'all, we could do a lot of things, but if we have the first meetup end of this month or August, it's gonna be ghetto as fuck. Okay, I'm just I'm just telling you, I cannot build a basketball court, a paintball facility, a spa I cannot do that in a month, you guys. So just I hope you have a tent. Okay, 20 of you will not have a tent, but everybody else, we still, unless you gonna bring the wood. I can bring wood too, but yeah, that's the only downside. Everything is gonna take massive amount of time, and I hope the permitting doesn't get crazy. So we'll find out. We will find out. No, pool is actually one of the number one things I want. I actually want another unit, but with utilities, because then that way we make even more money. But a pool is up there on my list. We could, oh dude, we could probably play an ultimate kickball game. Wow, I haven't played kickball in a long time. I think we would have the people to do it. AIP. Oh, that's the other one. That's so weird. Those premiums they like have a bid, but they won't get filled, or they have a high ask. CIGI. Oh my gosh, we could. That'd be terrifying though. Let's say we could play like a giant hide and go seek, but there's like snakes and shit, dog. This is like the fucking wild. That's the only downside, bro. You know how much time I spent getting anti-bug shit this weekend? Do you know what I did, bro? My sister and my girl, they were making like they made war jokes. Cause like I have a campaign against bugs, bro. You have no idea. The shit I bought for like anti-mosquitoes. Let me put it this way. You guys didn't see it. I bought them tiki torches. You know that? I lined up the whole bitch with tiki torches. And I'll be lighting mosquito fires. It was beautiful. I'll tell you what I did during Philo, but oh my goodness. You have no idea. So yeah, but them bugs, bro. I'm not a fan. I am not a fan. I am not ready for that. Y'all don't get it. I got the little traps inside. I put them everywhere, bro. Everywhere. I said the bugs could live outside. That's fine. But inside in my backyard, they ain't getting nowhere near. I did. I bought one of those gigantic blue light zappers too. I bought everything. If anything to kill a bug, I bought it. Oh man. IBM on the high. And then, bro, I almost yelled at an old lady at Lowe's. Dude, I'm like trying to check out all of this shit from Lowe's. And then this lady's like, get the credit card. And I'm like trying to be nice. And then tell me why this get the credit card thing turns into like, this lady is trying to like shit talk me in front of, she said, men. She's like, men are so stubborn. And she's just like, this lady just starts shit talking men. For just because I don't want to save $100. And I'm like, I was about to pop off on lady. I'm like, lady, I'm not running my credit so I could save $100. Do you not understand how dumb that is? What are you? I'm like, man, you know. And then she was like, man, I'm so. Then she said another thing about men, and she was like looking at my girl. My girl was just like laughing because I think my girl knew what I was thinking. But oh, dude, it was terrible, terrible. So if none of you ever cave to the credit card pressure at the checkout, okay? You know, sometimes those credit card offers are a good deal, but if you value building your credit and other things, just please don't accept credit cards at the cash register. Okay? That's no. You should plan it in advance before running your credit, okay? Always. For any of you out there, just always run your, you plan ahead before running credit. Don't ever do it impulsively. Should have bought the store. No, this wasn't one of those I felt insecure about how rich I am. This was about financial knowledge and making a bad decision, and this lady pressuring me and then making it about men. That's why I was like, lady, no, I'm actually making a good decision right now. I've never been that pressured that hard by an old lady to get a credit card at a register. It blew my mind. Yeah, no, you guys need to tell this to your girlfriends. Yeah, if your girl, because the girls will do it. I've seen my girlfriend try to do it. I'm like, don't do that. I'm like, you don't need the $25 savings for your credit, for running your credit. No, don't do it. Okay? And if you are going to do it, you plan it in advance. So then that way you do it on your biggest purchase so that they give you more money back. You see, come on, guys. Come on. MU cooked down 0.48. Remember the other days, like 2 weeks ago, that would go up every single minute. See if the chips stay. If chips go up or down, I think that'll be your next level above 6,400. Unless the other stuff. Thai acting PM tariff negotiations will start from a good place. When is it okay to run a credit check? For something you really need. So ideally for your home, that's why we want to keep you, or for like capital you're gonna actually like need, like business capital or something there, but just definitely not for like random everyday consumer items. Definitely not to save like 20% on one purchase. You know what I'm saying? That's how they get you. It's like, yeah, I like saving money and I like a discount. I really do. But not if it's one time and then, once you run your credit, it doesn't hurt that bad, but it's sometimes if you already have weak credit, it'll really hurt it. And then it's just not worth it. So if you are going to run your credit, usually it's in like instances of like a house rental, getting internet or getting phone services, they run your credit, and then buying, getting a car loan, a house loan, any major loan, or if you even need like appliances, but then even then that opens up another realm of like shitty credit. So like appliances, furniture, you could get easy credit, but when you go and run that credit up, the credit agencies don't like that because they know the item is probably going to be worth less. And then, yeah, you're just paying interest on something that won't hold value. You got tricked into those vacation cards. Yeah. I mean, sometimes like people like the vacations, if you're really willing to like waste half of a day, then you could get like a free trip when they do those things. You know what I'm talking about? Where they take you on the tour. You don't have to sign up, but they'll waste your time and give you like a free trip. But at the end of the day, you just got to make sure it's worth it. Like you could get stuff, but you're giving up a lot. So if a trip is worth it to run your credit, great. But just remember your credit score, how it, the overall history, that could be the difference between getting you, higher or lower rates, easier access and all that. But a lot of people think that credit score is what you need for a home. No, credit score will factor into it, but realistically your debt to income, That's part of it. But then that's the thing. Do you see why the trap with the credit card? Not only are you running your credit and does it hit you a little bit, yeah, you may save a little, but you got to realize what's the other part? You now have a credit line that could either help or hurt your debt. So then if you make this credit, then you build up a balance and you did it all to save a little bit of money, but then now you have more debt and then it's cutting into your income, that just hurt you getting a home. Well, when you get credit cards and have available credit, it helps your credit. But the problem is you have to manage it. Like I've told you guys, even with real estate, I even see it when I see people get their pre-approval, they start shopping emotionally because then they're like, oh shit, I could actually buy something. So having good credit is great, and having access to credit lines helps you out. But then if you run up the debt and you don't have the ability to service it, and then you start running balances, now you just fucked up your house, because now your debt to income starts to climb at 19% a month. And then if you can't afford it, and then you run up a bill, and then you start buying stuff. So the hard inquiry does hurt, but I'm also thinking step 2, step 3. Boom, you go like Home Depot. You get the inquiry, that hurts you, but then what happens now in 3 months? What are you gonna do with this Home Depot credit card? Let's say you start spending on it and not paying it off, or something happens and you're like, oh, I have a credit card. Let me put $3,000 on it, $5,000 on it. Then what happens? And then we go back to those emails I've been getting. And then now it's like, oh shit, I have a credit card with a $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 balance. And now that's $300, $400, $500, $600 a month getting chopped away from my approval income because now I'm running a debt. So that's the problem. And like consumer cards are easy. It's way more easier to run up debt, and then debt that's useless. And then there you go. Now you're just watch your DTI. That's the real thing when it's going to come down to getting your home. Circle, yeah. I'm surprised though. Circle and Core Weave, both of those were tremendous moves off of IPO, and they're still holding. But yeah, eventually when that flush happens, it'll be bad. But till then, oh, we spend it. Yeah, that's how you. If you could manage it very, very responsibly, it's great. Credit used the right way will benefit you. But that's what I was saying though. Like I get Dave Ramsey now. Because like it's very hard. The average person, most people, if you've never dealt with money or you don't have like a high priority and you're like, okay, I want to manage this shit, then it's very hard. I'm telling you, everything I've seen in real estate, and then even after like inflation, and even though people had like wiggle room for a little bit, it's still not it's very rare to see people's credit card debt not get in the way of their home. Let me put it that way. Tide PM, today's discussion should lead to a de-escalation. SMCI again, bro. It's at 60. Two more payments. Let's go, baby. That's awesome. That's always a relief. Even richest man of Babylon will tell you. Oh no, that's what she said, bro. I don't know if she thought I was poor. She was just like, you're gonna save $100. You don't want $100? I'm like, I don't want to run my credit, lady. Why? And then she said, men, so stubborn. And then that's what she said. Bro, this is where I started getting mad. because then she started implying that I was cheating on my girlfriend. That's what she did. Bro, this B word, bro. She's like, oh, let me guess. You already have a Home Depot card or a Lowe's card, huh? And then this girl, she started accusing me of my other financial purchases and who I'm involved. I'm like, lady. I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't. Bro, I was getting so like, God, I was like, Lord, I know that you're giving me an opportunity to control myself. You're giving, I said, Lord, forgive her. Lord, I'm not. No, this was the lady helping me out at the checkout. Like, you know how they make you do the self-checkout now at like Home Depot and Lowe's? It's all like self-checkout. You like roll the card up and then and there's like that lady. And then she's just watching me rack it up, right? So first $100, she ain't say shit. I get up to 200, she hit me with the introductory offer, right? That cart go up to 400. Now she start trying to sell me. The cart hit 600. Now I'm the enemy, bro. Then she start going. Now I'm a stubborn man. This becomes about identity politics. Then she's trying to tell my girl. She's like, he already got another card behind your back. Look at the other car. What you got? What you hiding, son? I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, this is crazy. So yeah. Coffees for closers, for real though. Hey man, I respect it, but I was personally attacked to not run my credit. I was like, man. ALBT Avalon, that thing's running. Yeah, bro, Tesla's all day. It's actually running up now, $2 again after that little turn down. SPY just flipped below VWAP finally, and open. You're slightly below open. You're like right at the lower end of the candle. China sends work teams to Beijing, Tianjin, and Hebei on flood. AYI on the high. And then Tesla. And then SPY's coming down though. So, I mean, I don't know. I feel like last couple of weeks we've seen these Tesla up on the days where everything else comes down. It had a day where Tesla did do good. Apple's still chilling, and then Nvidia. What is it? It's Google and then the other half of everybody. Yeah, Dow Jones has 17 green now, so Dow's still a little weaker. Nasdaq got a little better. You actually have 54 in the green. So tech is still doing great. And then SPY got a little worse, only 330 in the red. Tesla 327. Yeah, equal weight stopped moving. It's down 0.3. It's actually not that. It's actually pretty decent. Like, that could, one more downside. If we do the flush, it'll be down 0.5%. Transport's on the high. IYT. March 20. Well, we got 30 minutes till push-ups. And you're all closed. Good to be back, Chad. Good to be back. You know that I missed you guys this weekend. IoT, Samsara 2.2, check news, IoT. I don't see anything on the wire yet. Apple takeover? What? What? Gave me all of them though. Holy fuck. All right. I got a cheapie. It gave me all of them. Usually it doesn't give me them all. It's only up 2% though. I don't have that rumor confirmed. I'm just going off the Chad, but 2%. Apple takeover, no. Apple's next big buyout, Altucher. So it's opinion, but it might get some movement. Yeah, IoT. All right, I'm already up 300%. Let's see. I think I'm just gonna hold them. I'll get my money back. UPS at 6.3? Oh, no way. All right, I'm free. I took 200, but didn't fill all of them though. So fill me at 200%. I got most of my money back. Woo! But yeah, I don't think it's legit. I think it's just an opinion article. So I think it'll get hype, but just I don't think it's like an actual buyout, if that makes any sense. So I think we just caught it early, and then people will pump it. But yeah, just don't fall in love. Like I said, I got it cheap enough. We were so early, you could have got those at 3 to 4 cents, and now they're going for 20. So yeah, I'm already free though. So I have 0 exposure now. Oh, I got 1 or 2 more still open. But yeah, it gave me all the money back. Tesla again too. Yeah, it's already came down 1.2. U.S. freezes export controls to secure trade deal with China. Financial Times. That sounds like, it sounds old and like good news. It sounds like some of the chip stuff we were hearing last week or 2 weeks ago in the video. But yeah, Financial Times reporting it. It should have a positive spin, but yeah, it's not as fresh unless there's something I'm missing. But that is coming out right now. ALBT, and then SPY right below VWAP. All right, well, that was fun. So I need to go to the bathroom, Chad. Let me go to the potty. Follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity. And now that I have I'm gonna play my own commercial. Can I play my own commercial? Would you guys like to see my commercial? So if you haven't checked it out, it's first link.
So a couple of years ago,
you guys can watch my
after we got the bright idea of the long term,
make you watch my video.
We were like, we gonna get a compound for the people.
Okay, I'll be right back.
But you know what they said? I said that's never gonna happen. I said Josh is never gonna get a compound. And well, you know, it always looks one way. But shout out to long term, and I'd like to welcome you. Yeah, now that that's out the way, I bought a farm. This is real, 30 acres in Southern California, 1 to 2 hours away from every major airport. And my favorite part, it has a view. So long-term ranch, the farm, the cult compound, the stock streaming house, whatever you want to call it, we finally did it. And a long time coming. And truly, man, my goal and true intention is to give this to the people and to give it to God. I hope this is these grounds, bro, that I'm walking. I haven't made a walking video in so long, bro. And like, this is our land. So I look forward to it, and I hope this is the grounds of some really, really good things. And I want to talk about that. I want to talk about my invitation to all of you and how we're going to do this, and how I think I want to see what happens if you give this to the people. What is this going to end up looking like? So I'm going to make 2 videos. I'm going to make one video going over all of the financials and the real information that I want you to get out of it. And then this video, I'm excited. We just got it. I want you to see it. And, you know, we've been talking about it for so long now. So this is where you guys could email me and we could get involved in all of that. But we do need to talk about the long term, because literally the ground that I'm standing on, this is a nice trophy. It is brought to you by the long term. I used the large account. I did sell out to buy this property. Now, I already thought the large account was unrealistic, $3,000 a month. So I figured this is a very good purpose, because a lot of people were asking me, when to sell, how to sell. And they were doing it, some disingenuously, and some were really wanting to know how. And like I've always said, you don't sell. This is 10 years minimum. Act as if you cannot change your mind. It's very simple. The only reason you could sell is for a house. So I know. I say I'm never going to sell. And I know that because then now when you ask me, I'm like, oh, you sold. Yeah, exactly. To buy the property. This is exactly what you guys should be doing. And I hope this is a good example. And actually, crazy.
You guys all get in a house, bro. That's it, bro. And then what are you going to do? Are you going to come to the... Bro, what do you think is going to happen when you get to the farm? You're going to get there, and then I'm going to be there just yelling at you to get a house. So it's amazing. So get a house, baby. It's the goal. Yallah. So moving forward, am I keeping it small? No, just resetting it. I'm just turning it to a house. That's it. That's literally, and then we just keep depositing it. So like I said, I think I'm still going to deposit tomorrow or whatever. It's still set up. I wanted to like wait 1 month, but I'm still down to just deposit because I need to buy a bunch of shit, bro. But either way, I like saving money. So we're going to, I'm just going to rebuild the big account. You guys are going to see it. And then that's why it's still an opportunity for everybody here, because then you'll get to watch what it's like rebuilding. We have the other account that's untouched and perfect. So then we know the prices and everything else. But you guys make no mistake. This is what I've done my whole life. This is what you are supposed to do. This is how the stock market is going to be your bitch. You're going to get the stock market to get you real things in real life. And that's what I was saying on my little live yesterday. Because, like, dude, I really hope this is a visual example that everybody can see it, touch it. You could go there, you could look at it. But I want you guys to bridge the gap between having money on a computer and making your real life good. Oh, y'all don't feel me, huh? Anybody know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all feel me, bro. I think I figured it out. That's the difference. And that's where I think some of you might even be at the stage where you have money on a computer. But we need to make it real. That's why I even started off this year telling you guys, I'm like, listen, bro, stop gambling if you're not good at it. No one's trying to hate on you. No one's trying to ruin your dream. I'm just trying to tell you, you're better off taking $1,000 a month that you're losing on gambles and go buying a car you like. Yeah, go on a trip you want to go on. You're better doing that stuff if it is not serving you. Get a long term and then make things work for you. And then even then at a certain time, you get a certain amount in your account, bro, like you should be shopping for. And all of you who have $20,000, $30,000, if you think you are limited, you're not. And once you have that money in your account, you should be looking for a home. Not to force it, not to buy it. I didn't buy that house at all. Wait, you guys will be shocked when you find out what I paid for that house. You don't have to. Someone was like, why do you guys like buying houses at all-time highs? I'm like, because I didn't buy it at all-time highs. That's the whole point. So once you have that money, you shop. And that's what I'm saying. And then if the deal finds you, you have the money, you have the knowledge, you take advantage of it, you move the money out of your account like I've showed you, and then guess what? You're going to rebuild it. Now you have both. So that's what I want you. We're going to watch me build a new long-term, the same one, after we took the money out, but now we're going to walk away with both. You get both, and that is possible. So, I don't know. Let's bridge the gap, baby. Let's bridge the gap. You can't find full rentals. Trust me, you'll find one, bro. This is the perfect real estate market for it. It sucked for a little bit because everything was so up, but now that it's been like stalling out for the last couple of years, you're getting opportunities. You got to be careful. It's like Minesweeper, because even though you get a good environment where people want to sell right now, and then it's slow and all that, there's still overpriced homes. But as long as you're being diligent about it, you are going to be fine. So, and don't let the impatient, that's actually working in your favor. You know what I'm saying? This whole like, everybody keeps saying that, and that's how I'm finding opportunities. I'll be honest with you, because a lot of people have been discouraged about real estate in the last 3 years because of the prices. You know how many people just stopped looking or gave up? So, and that's where you're probably going through it. You're going to get overwhelmed and be like, holy fuck, I can't find anything. But that's the point. Keep looking. keep looking, know what you have, keep hunting. One of these days, bro, you're gonna see it, and then you're gonna be like, oh fuck, that one is a deal. And then guess what's gonna happen? You're only gonna have a couple of days to move on it. That's why I'm saying you guys got to be ready for it. The market's slow, real estate's slow, but that's why it's like you can find an opportunity. You just got to, and maybe it takes you 6 months to find it, but there will be one that'll show up, but you have to move on it within days. Otherwise, it's gone. So, or it's going to be an off market. So, other than that, that's why I want you guys ready for it. I'm not trying to predict the future. I'm not trying to get y'all to FOMO. This ain't go buy GameStop, go buy, we buy it, hold the line. No, I want you sniping. You guys are hunters and you're waiting. And now we have the ammo. We have the fuel. I got thousands of long terms right now. And we're talking 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then we get to the 6 and 7. But at the end of the day, it's like you have it. Yeah, patience. It's going to line up. One of these days, that house is going to come right across, and it's going to sit there. And you're gonna have a day to shoot at it. But you got to be able to go and do it and know it and be like, wow, those numbers match. There's equity. There's location, demand, utility, supply. Oh my, it all works. You email me. You email me. Ask anybody in here who has found a deal. If it is a deal, I will email you back within hours and tell you go or don't do it. Ask anybody. So yeah, that's where I'm saying you could go just wait, but hunt. I can't help you if you're not hunting. But if you're hunting and you find that one day and it comes across, you could get all green lights. I could confirm it for you. You confirm it, whether you have an agent or not. You go and then boom, it's done. And then ta-da! Z-Bio on the high. That's another biotech. There's been a lot of those today. But yeah, man. Long term. About the house trading fraternity at gmail.com. Would I pay $150 for a house that needs full rehab on an acre in Indiana? It all depends on the area. So like the land shit, I don't really like the land that much. Like I said, this is my only property that I've ever bought like this. I usually buy like in neighborhoods. So land isn't always good. So if the land isn't developed, if it doesn't have utilities, and then it's out in the middle of nowhere, that's more of a liability than money. Believe it or not, it's crazy. So like I know houses that sell for more money in neighborhoods than they do if it was on 5 acres. That happens because nobody wants to live where the 5 acres are. So as long as you got to comp it out. And so if it is 150 and needs a 4, if the other houses truly comp at 500, it'll be good unless you have to put in $400,000 to get it there. Because then you're just at 450 to make 500. I wouldn't do that. But if you could get it rehabbed for 50K, 100K, and then you're in total at 250 and it goes for 500, I like that a little bit more. Bro, I loved it. I loved the video. I watched it. I watched your video right before I posted the farm. But no, dude, that opening scene, you have no idea. I felt heavy, bro. Because that's how I do feel with I'm glad you put it into visual. Because like, bro, what is your there is a difference. Like I said, I brought more soldiers. I have to show them. They have to see it.
What, you bring only this handful of soldiers against Xerxes? I see I was wrong to expect Sparta's commitment to at least match our own.
Doesn't it?
I love this.
You.
This is the chat.
Yeah. What is your profession?
I'm a potter.
So.
And you, Arcadian, what is your profession?
Sculptor, sir.
You?
Blacksmith.
I love it. No, I love it, bro.
Spartans!
Shout it, Donnie!
What is your profession?
Dog. I brought more soldiers, dog.
See, old friend, I brought more soldiers than you did.
Oh, I did. Oh, you don't feel me, bro. They had to see it, bro. All right, we ain't gonna bless them with all of it just yet. They had for real though. This is what I'm saying, bro. Like mentality though. You have to understand. There are some of you. When I say this, and I'm like, where do you believe you're gonna get a home? Do you believe you're gonna be a homeowner or not? That is that scene right there. Very simple. Very simple. Very simple. That's like I said. I brought more soldiers. You give me 300 people who believe, bro. Oh, brought more, bro. Brought more soldiers. Yeah, Pony AI, that's confirmed. Receives permit to provide driverless robots in Shanghai. Remember, WRD, they got the same news this morning, and then they already sold off. So they both kind of have the same setup. Pony's just dropping the headline now. No, bro. For real. You know you're going to get a house. That's why. It's not if. It's just a literal matter of you saving, growing, and then wait till the first one come up, bro. Figma sees IPO between $30 and $32. Previously saw 25 to 28. You got the keys on Friday? Let's go, baby. Oh. Amen. Amen. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. And it's just different. Isn't it weird seeing that, like even the video that I posted this weekend? That's different than looking at on the computer, bro. Like it's just different when you have a house. Oh man, I love it. In escrow, baby, long-term locked in. Oh, then let's go, baby. Congratulations. See, that's the next level. That's how it is, man. So for some people, it's gonna be round one, and then give it a couple more years, you rebuild, and round two, and then oh my gosh. And then you build for something bigger than you, brothers. Globe Life on the low. They had a rebound last week. Polte on the high. Yeah, discretionaries are weak and then just ripped. We need to get the masks, bro. You need to send me that supplier. We're gonna need to have those on deck. Property management? I do. No. I definitely. Property management has been a lifesaver. Do I care about likes anymore? No, I don't. I don't. But it's great. When we had likes, though, you guys got a lot more. But, yeah, now I don't. So, you guys are free from the responsibility, as am I. As am I. Spy with the red. And then again, you got that Figma headline that you guys were asking me last week. I said, as long as everybody wants it, you're going to have to wait till it does the IPO breakout probably a couple days later or a couple weeks. How many before manager? I had a lot, but it slowed me down. So, like, I probably could have done a lot better, and I could have done a lot more things with it, but, you know, I did start most of my career managing them myself. Okay, another candle, bro. So, we haven't gotten a headline. The latest one was that Financial Times one, but, you know, got into the low, and this is your first new low of the day. Yeah, that one's tech. Because equal weight drop, but not as much. And then the yen is already down. Bonds are outperforming a little bit. Yeah, IWM is the worst on the day now. It was the Dow at first, but that kind of flipped things. So low ticker is going up now. A lot of industries, a lot of tech, and then you do have a couple of small caps doing their thing. But yeah, you just took 3 big candles, almost 1 point down on the SPY. Real estate agents in Vegas? Yes. Email me. tradingfraternity@gmail.com. Dude, what is that? So yeah, that's just your, what, middle of the day or middle of the morning move. 10 more minutes till Euro. And now you filled the gap. I thought someone said we filled it earlier. I don't think we did. Now you have. Any news, or will there be music all day? Why do you frame that like I control it? So Josh, are you gonna give us some news, or are you just gonna play that meditation music? I don't control it, dog. I've given you every update. Senate suppose resuming China chip sales letter. Again, that sounds tied to the Financial Times one. But yeah, you just got 4 big candles now sold off. Again, there's another comment right now related to China chip sales about 10 minutes ago. Maybe 15, you had the one there with NVIDIA. Or excuse me, with Financial Times and the chip stuff. Yeah, that's so weird. Yeah, that's the only headline that's hitting again. IBM. He's an OG Bitcoiner. Do you think it would be used as collateral? No. Everyone's a fucking idiot, dude, in Bitcoin. It's not the same OG Bitcoiners. I never thought they would let me get a loan with it. But hey, I'm down with it. But Elliot, I need you to focus on equities and real estate. I feel like you're hella brainwashed with the crypto shit, dog. That's what I banned you for last time. And you want these like deep crypto conversations. You're young, crypto will be important and it will be big, but those of you like making it your #1 focus, I think it's gonna hurt you. Again, like I said, I bought it at 300. I love it. It helps out, great. But like equities and real estate is where you would want to put your energy. If you're smart, I don't know. So I think you're a smart guy. I think some of you have talent in your mind. I could tell by your questions, but don't waste your energy becoming Michael Saylor. He already beat you to it. Venture Global closes 15 billion phase. Nvidia's dropping now too, but yeah, all you got is the chip stuff. You know, one good headline from Financial Times. I told you it was kind of old. And then that Democrat thing was a little negative, but I don't know if that justifies this move. This could just be normal Monday and then everything else. It's not need the ballot. I'm just saying your mind, your alignment, what you're thinking about. You keep thinking crypto, Bitcoin, and then you're diving into the deep rabbit holes of it. Like I'm saying, maybe it will help, but how has it helped you so far? Is it serving you? And then, like I'm saying, I would hate that, although I think Bitcoin will be around, it would be suck if a lot of young guys put all their time and energy into it, and then something bad did happen. Whereas, like I'm saying, real estate, stocks, they have been around for 50, 100 years before I was even alive, myself. So there's that's why I'm saying I would hate because I like crypto, but not confident enough to where I'm like, yeah, it'll be as bulletproof as stocks. And then if it's not, you guys will be set back. So just be careful with it. That's all. And like I'm saying, I think your time and what you're thinking about and applying your learning finances, once you understand crypto, there you go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I know crypto. I knew it before everybody. Literally, it rewarded me. I was willing to have these thoughts just a decade ago. That's it. That's why I said the people who talk a lot of shit, every time I say be cautious, I'm like, these are the same people talking shit on me for coming to the conclusion this is going to be pretty, great game changing. I had that idea 10 years ago. So just be careful. That's all I'm saying, because it's like, I never thought it would get here and it's all good. But once you understand it, you understand it. Yeah, there's new stuff and all of that, but I don't think you need to rack your brain over it too much and make it's not number one priority. That's just, even though it's the best performer and it's made a lot of other things, all I know is that it's just not my number. It just helps. It adds to it, but I would never make it my number one priority. And that's where I think kids are getting tricked into it. Again, as an OG, as somebody who bought Bitcoin at $300 and Ethereum at $8, it's not my priority. It was an alternative asset when I bought it. It's the best alternative asset, and it worked how it is. You see what I'm saying? But it doesn't matter whether it's at $1 or $1 million. Yeah, it's a dessert. It's not the main course ever. No matter what, it's the best dessert I've ever had. I've truly, I've never had anything like it. And I'm so glad that was on the menu and that it's been on the menu. But it's not the steak. It's not the main course. And as long as you get that, I think you'll be good. If you blur those lines, that's all. Just when it's dinner time, you don't want to be the guy sitting there with cake. Trump's legal team has requested a court order to depose Rupert Murdoch. VWAV. This is Euro close, yeah. It's part of it. You just had a little bit of tech sell-off. I don't think anything yet. That headline didn't make sense to drop you like that. I just think we haven't had a drop all day. And then it's Monday, and then we got all the tension from all the companies. People might get mad at you if you say that to them. Again, I mean, I think I could tell that to Elliot because I think he truly understands how early I bought it. And I think he, whereas I have receipts, bro. I have all of it. That's why I do, people just get mad. Anytime I've warned people on Bitcoin lately, they get really, it reminds me of Tesla. You guys remember when Elon could do no wrong and I would tell you about Tesla? And Tesla's still holding up great, but just people would get really angry at you for cautioning them against it. So, but then I never owned Tesla, but I own Bitcoin. I got a lot of it, and I've had a lot of it for a long time. So it just, I think some people, if they know that like you're friendly, they might listen, but I'd say a majority, they take it very offensively because they, it's, I've been there. I remember when people called me stupid. I remember explaining it to people and they think you're a jackass. So that's why when you try to warn people now, they get those same feelings, but I'm like, I'm like genuinely trying to warn people in a safe way. Like, I think you diversify, allocate appropriately. Like I said, just don't make it your number one priority. You're going to be fine. I feel good, bro. I feel good about the ranch. I'll tell you this now at Euro Close, but you got to stand up and do some push-ups. Amen, Mr. Fahar. Tell him. But dude, I was there over the weekend, and after day number 1, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was so exhausted. I kind of regretted it because I was like, what the fuck did I just get into? Dude, I was exhausted after like that hill and just back and forth, bro, being on this dusty ass fucking land. Dude, by day 1, I was dead. The next day, bro, I woke up so tired and I was like, holy fuck. But then after that, by the end of the weekend, I had way more energy. It was so weird. But yeah, and I'll tell you about, I got a philo from it, bro. I got a damn philo from the ranch. So you gotta wait till philo. But yeah, at first, I even like try to tell my mom, I think day number 1 that you guys get there, it'll be very exhausting. I'm telling you, it's very like, especially if you're a city boy like me, but then you get used to it. But it's very exhausting. All right, but Chad, it's 8:30, man. Euro close. Give it 15 minutes to settle. You had that little Democrat chip thing, kind of freaked out, but yeah, get your ass up. Move around, chest to the sun. Flex the core. I've not bought anything from Alibaba, no. Not recently. Anything worth doing. I love it, though. I'm telling you, after day 1, I was dead and I regretted it. By yesterday, bro, I was all over the place. And I was loving it. Like, it truly, I cannot wait for you guys to go. You have no idea. But, like, it really is going to be, like, I'm sorry, guys, but it is going to be, like, some Jesus shit everywhere because it's such a peaceful property. I can't explain it. It's true, like, you have no idea. It is like, it's shocking. Oh man. But yeah, I think it's already optimized for prayer and relaxation. Cause oh man, even slacking on flex and core. You know what I'm doing actually? I'm doing one right now. I'm doing a hip workout. I'm not on my chair. I'm doing the knee thing, and then I'm about to do a toe exercise on my damn yoga block. Nah, bro, do push-ups at the office. Just stand up. And if your boss yells at you, you yell at him. And say, are you trying to get me unhealthy? And then you say, oh, Shaw. Yeah, bro. I'm doing toe exercises. You gotta fix this foot, bro. The foot and hips. Big fan of mobility. That's been my thing this year. Kind of started last year. should probably play something in the back so you don't hear me grunting. They have toe exercises? Yes, bro. I didn't realize. Remember I told you the other day? I was like, holy shit. My, like, pinky toe doesn't work. So one of my pinky toes, like, it barely works. And I don't know why. It's because I've just such fucked up feet. So then I was like, so now I'm getting motion back in my pinky toe. It's crazy. But yeah, so chances are too, if you have like weird hip, back, shoulder thing, bro, your feet are probably really weak too. It's all connected. So yeah, that's why right when I fix one thing, I'm like, oh, this thing's broken. And I'm like, oh, then this. And then I'm like, so yeah, now I've arrived at my toes. I have arrived at the toes. So are you the farm or my toes? Which one are you happy to hear? Either way, you know, both are good. I feel like health and community, you know, good things. But that's what I was saying though. I'm like, you guys gotta like, I don't think you realize. Bro, I bought this property so I could pray. Like, do you understand? Like, obviously, there's other reasons, like money and the example and all of that. But at bare minimum, I don't think y'all realize, like, every day I've went there, I'm just like, oh, my gosh, I need to pray. And I pray, bro. I have everything. You have no idea, bro. That's why I'm like, it's so beautiful, bro. And yeah, man, God is good. And I hope y'all. Oh, yo, those Samsaras keep running. I forgot I have the free ones. Adjusted your feet in the adjust. I will, maybe. Well, do these toe exercises. I'm telling you, they're very, very easy. You just like lift your big toe, put it back down, then you do it on like a yoga block. But like, it's good because like pretty much if your pinky toe, you guys should all try this right now. If your pinky toe, if you lack movement in there, your sitting down is fucking you up. Facts. And then if your big toe, if you can't like move your big toe around and it's like stiff, that's another problem too. So chances are you're like sitting, hip, posture, back problems. Not all of it, but a good amount of it could be attributed probably there. Or like it's all connected, like your tightness, your feet, your legs, your calves, your butt, all of it, and how it like helps you sit. Yeah, it's there. So like try it. If you can't move like with like good precision and flexibility your big toe, you might have a problem there. Same thing with the pinky. My pinky toe is worse. My big toe is a little bit stiff, but I've just, after a couple of these workouts, I can move it around. But it's really my pinky. Yeah, do the floor one. Mm-hmm. Exactly, with the towel. Oh, man. The round part on the kettlebell will help move it around, the fascia. Yeah. But yeah, if you do, that's a good one. So think about it. If your toes move good, that's really good. Honestly. So like, especially if you've been trading for a long time and you like work from home and if you have good feet health, it doesn't mean your whole body's good, but that'll make it a lot easier for you to like, the mobility and other shit's not going to mess you up. So it's good for you. It's really, really good if you have that. You have a very good advantage for mobility and other things. And then if you don't, then that should be a warning sign to like start taking care of it. Because that's the thing. If you're young and your toes and feet are having trouble moving now, what do you think is going to happen when you're 60 or 40 or 50 or 55? So it's actually kind of crazy. That's what freaks me out. Cause I'm like, I'm way too young to not be able to move a toe. Abbott popping. Abbott kind of big, 40 cents. So 0.5%. Yeah, the toe spreads, So a pedicure is essential? No. Like stretching your feet. Not somebody touching your feet and painting your nails. Okay, calm down. Calm down, Obama. All right, you need to relax. All right, we're good, man. I had a carbo down. EU pledges no electronic transmission. Tax deal in White House. All right. Well, I wanted to do one more workout.
Jobless claim. I think is the last print. There's a wide range of estimates for Jobs Friday, but does it make any sense to look for a weak jobs number when you have claims so low?
It does, and the reason is you're talking about initial claims, and that's the flow onto or off of unemployment insurance. The continuing claims, or the stock of claims, has not been nearly as flattering, and what that means is that companies aren't laying people off. That's really good news. That's probably the best news about the labor market. You really can't have much of a recession without layoffs, and so it's been nice to see that. At the same time, the rate of hiring has decelerated.
Yo, I'm like, wait, what's this dumbass voice coming out my speakers?
Watch all the chaos and uncertainty of
it's our boy, bro.
Around the
it's your
trade
boy.
War. And that means that continuing claims, the stock of people on UI has been climbing up, and I think that's partially responsible for the slowing of payroll job gains. The expectation of Friday is for the unemployment rate to tick up 1/10. And if that occurs, it does suggest that job growth may be too slow, maybe kind of below its break-even rate to prevent unemployment from rising.
Right. Finally, I'd love to get you on CapEx, because last week was full of conversations about the hyperscalers raising their CapEx forecasts at companies like Alphabet, and we'll see what Meta and Apple and everybody else, not so much Apple, but Meta certainly this week. But some of the Fed surveys, Jared, continue to roll in with weak forward CapEx expectations out of Richmond Fed and Kansas City Fed, and in some cases they're cycle lows, and we can't get our arms around that.
Well, I pay a lot of attention to those surveys. They've actually had a pretty good track record. A lot of times those folks are literally going out into the field and asking businesses, what are your plans?
And you have no idea how
ISM
MMT
surveys
even
similarly
works.
have shown some caution there.
You.
Look, we know
if
that
you gave me like
the Big
a
Seven
fucking challenge, like a game
some
show
of the adjacent
on
tech
economics,
are spending
and I got to
money
pick
on
random
CapEx
chads against him, we would win 99-1.
For the AI,
I'll give him 1
those
point.
kinds of investments.
I'm just
but
telling
that's
you,
not
we
the
would
whole
destroy-
economy by a long shot.
I
And if you look at
genuinely
the
believe
overall
my
investment
audience
picture, I do
is
think
more
it's
educated
a little
than
bit
this
restrained.
man.
And again, I
And
would probably
he
go
was
back
at one of the
to
highest
fact that the
positions
trade war has led lots
of government
business to
and
say,
the economy.
let me see where this settles before I write the next check. Whether it's hiring someone, exactly the conversation we were just having about lower hiring rates, or whether it's building that new warehouse versus that new data center. So I share that concern.
Well, it is going to be like drinking out of a fire hose, as you say, over the next 4 or 5 sessions, Jared. Look forward to checking with you again soon. Good to see you.
You as well. Thank you.
Jared Bernstein.
After the break, new iPhone sales data out of China, how Apple is trying to win back customers in the country ahead of earnings this week.
EU to buy
Don't go away.
$750 billion in U.S. energy, invest $600 billion by 2028. Damn. You have a bachelor in economics and accounting? I think that guy has a... Actually, no. He has a music degree. I remember I looked. IoT, yeah. I got 300. I think I have like 5 left. I got a lot of them. But yeah, they already got 300% on it. If you were here, you should have hit them. But yeah, they're just chilling. He was the one using music terminology, I remember. No, he literally, bro, he was the head of economic advising for 4 years. His highest qualification is music. I'm telling, dude, Bernstein is the weirdest. Albemarle's down 10. Okay, that relates to the tinfoil. Are you ready? I have tin. I have lithium tin. So, my tinfoil is that China might rip soon. Or not that they're gonna rip, I've been saying that, but that I think the Chinese people are ready to gamble again, you guys. And that's huge. I don't know if it's there yet. We need a couple more signs, but this is my tinfoil. Remember I was telling you how deflation happened in China and how their attitudes all changed, and even though they were getting stimulus, they stopped spending money? Because I'm telling you, bro, like 10 years ago, if there was ever stimulus, China would just go apeshit. All the Chinese people would gamble. They would go apeshit over everything. I'm telling you, if you thought GameStop was crazy, you don't understand China equities. Because, dude, I'm telling 5 years ago, 10 years ago maybe, when China would like get hyped, bro, oh, dude, it was insanity. Insanity. Like asset prices. That's what the Chinese would do, bro. They love gambling. And then when there would be like equity, and then that's why they remember, dude, they did shit like banning short sales and all sorts of stuff. But long story short, you remember that news I gave you on lithium last week, and that's why we hit the Albemarle. I even told you to make Albemarle free on Thursday and Friday too. So God bless you. But they that was because of the lithium news. And then they were like, oh, we want to spur lithium, and then they started doing stuff related to the trade deal. So do you know what happened today? Today, China limited the trading of lithium futures because of speculation. Yeah, that's my tinfoil, dog. I haven't heard China speculating in like 5 years. When was the last time the people in China were speculating so much that the government stepped in? I haven't seen that in years. So, yeah. That's my 10. I don't know. It might take it may either be August 13th or like September 30th now that there's like another 30 days in there. But yeah, other than that, I think it is, I think that's a nice little development. And if the Chinese people, if there really is a deal and other stuff in the government, that might be what we need for some of the hype. It's like 10 and just observation. But that's why I'm like, I need 1 or 2 more signals. Because you're right, Macau numbers have been doing good too. I want to see if the people are ready to invest again. If they are, that will be the China rally. That will be very good for China. If the people, not Xi Jinping, not the government, if the people, the average Chinese citizen, and then the middle class comes back in China, oh, dude, you're looking at a whole new world. And then if that fails, we're fucked. Part in part. You think of a grocery store? It sounds like it. I think I know what you're talking about. Albemarle. Lyft self-driving shuttles are coming to U.S. cities by 2026. See if it pops it. I mean, lately, all this self-driving shit. PFSA, I don't know. Profusa. No, there's a lot of these small caps. They're not the same hype ones. They were a little slower in the morning, but some are up. A lot of biotechs. A lot of smaller biotech. Albertsons, maybe that's why. Yeah, Albertsons, Albemarle. That makes sense. Google, I like them. I think the stock's a little too high, but I mean, it's a behemoth. I think Google's AI might get a little better too. I think a lot of people have been sleeping on Gemini because it didn't start off strong, but other than that though, has Google ever came down? I know some people like it at the price it's at now, but I'm not really too big of a fan. Pony and WRD got a cheek lay on that? Weird. Yeah, that's so weird. Because again, they're Asian. So even then, they got the self-driving news in Shanghai. THS. What's the other lithium one today? There's another one. There's ALB and then one more, and then we're going to see what coal does too. Coal is tied to the China stuff as well. Yeah, they even went down. K-Web. Paint your girlfriend's room, because I smell paint right when you said that. I was around paint this whole weekend. Paint. Do I like NOV and pizza at these prices? If it's higher than where I bought it, probably not. I like K-Web. Yeah, the time, remember, China is August 13th, but then after today, they mentioned some other things. Yeah, it's so weird. Pody and those went down on that headline. ASML winner of the trade deal. Lynx Equity has identified ASML as the clear winner. Something on an upgrade there. Asmil. Partnering with German supplier Ben Teller in mobility, Holland to deploy full self-driving electric minibuses across key U.S. cities and airports. IoT is still going, bro. That was a banger. Seems crazy slow today. Did you not remember last week? Last week was so boring. So this week is gonna be boring, but it's gonna have all the events. So don't worry. But yeah, that's why I keep laughing every time we do all this to just stay at open. I said I hate it, but I love it because it's like kind of funny. But yeah, this week we have a lot. It's still summer. So even though, man, we've had a big European deal this morning, we had a lot of good updates, and we're still just entering that slow period. You don't even have buybacks. You're in summer. So we'll see, but I would get used to this. And now until September 17th, or until that China deal comes in, and then tie it into Powell. Full interior sanding and paint. Oh, get ready, bro. Get ready. I'm telling you, bro. Get a mask. I was fucking huffing paint all weekend. Unknowingly. I wasn't bad until I went into one of these rooms and I was like, ugh. And then I got high. And then I was like, okay, I gotta wear a mask. I wasn't even painting. I was doing other shit every time I'd walk inside. That's it. I was moving the paint. That's it. I was the paint mover. I'd have to go pick up all the items for everybody. LT would forget shit. I had to go do it. Oh, man. And then the floors. Summer's slow because people are doing other stuff. So, and then people out enjoying the weather. And then even demographics in U.S. cities change due to schooling. Different employment during the summer as well. And then, quite frankly, we've just gone through a lot. So we've already had 6-7 months where you have absorbed almost, I would argue, almost every single potential outcome, or most of them you have kind of already absorbed. So take that how you please. Hire you to do remodeling. Well, what we're going to do is I'm going to get the stuff I need to do first. Then we're going to get the people who want to just volunteer the remodels. And then we're going to see what we need to pay for after that. So no charge. You guys get to help first because it's free. But yeah, and then it sucks, bro. So my boy, that's what I'm telling you, bro. I don't know what happened yesterday, but I think yesterday's video got a lot of people excited, which is weird because I saw so many people, but then all of my friends hit me up too. All of my friends that I went to college with, bro. So long story short, one of the biggest developers in all of Los Angeles, let's just say they have already seen the cult compound, okay? So yeah, we're gonna have I need to organize it all, bro. I need to organize it all and bring but yeah, so a lot of people want to be a part of this, man. And I'm excited, and that's why I said, bro, I think a lot of people showed me love, and I'm ready to give it back. And I've already seen love with this and the people reaching out, bro. I'm excited because it's going to be a good thing, bro. And I think it's very wholesome and for the right people, it's going to be great. But yeah, so I don't know. We have a lot of potential, dude. That's kind of what's fucked up. We could do anything. There's so much, and there's a lot of people now who want to get on board and do some things. So we just gotta plan it little by little, bro. Let's let it all come to life. Oh, I can't wait. Is it? Well, yeah, ideally, I mean, if I could get someone who could like take care of animals and like familiar with property management, that would be the best. Because essentially, if we could like start building more units or even take the current units, if one of you, like worst case, we just fucking Airbnb this shit and you could go make a lot of money. I'll give you your cut. It's actually crazy. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff we could do. I'm living your dream, good. Because now you see it. And now it's yours, bro. That's why I'm telling you. After all that praying, looking at that American flag on that property, I don't think y'all feel me, bro. Telling you, like, we need to bridge this gap between fake money and real life shit. And I don't mean the money's fake. Obviously that money was real. But, like, you know what I'm saying? I need to make sure that this young generation, old, middle, it doesn't matter. If you're here right now, we got to turn all of this digital stuff into an increase in quality of life. Do you understand? And make it real. That's what I want you to see. And that's why I'm saying, if you guys see it, it's a lot easier to imagine it. Because now I'm not just telling you about real estate. Now you saw me spend years building that account. Years I built it. And then you watched it go down. And now you see the real thing. I want you to envision it. Now you could see it. So if you could see it, you could say it. You could say it, you could see it. You see it, you could do it. So there you go. So, if you see what you want in what I just did, amen, that's for you. And I think you should realize it's way more possible than you think. I'm telling you guys. You take little Egyptian boy. You told me any of this 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. And the longer I go, I wouldn't have believed you, bro. And I remember what it was like when I'm like, oh, no way. But then one day you realize and you're like, oh, shit, you can buy a house. Oh, shit, you actually can pull this off. So do it, bro. And I look forward to it, man. And I hope you all have a real community, too. Because that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, this is another opportunity where I think we disrupt the stock industry. I already disrupted the stock industry with this stream. Why do you think so many people copied it? And if you don't think they did, why am I the only one with youtube.com/thestockmarket? So 7 hours a day streaming the stock market, it wasn't really that common or at all until I did it. So, and it was free. And that's what it fucked with a lot of things. So I want to do it again. But now this time in real life. You see? Because that's it. Too many people faking, bro. Too many people faking that community shit. And, there's a lot of shitty people, but I've seen some of the most beautiful people through this organization, which is wild to me. Because I've also seen some of the worst. Like I'm saying, I got stalkers, I got restraining orders, I got death threats, you name it, baby. Run it up. But at the end of the day, though, there's been some, like, awesome people. And that's why I'm saying I think we should disrupt it, bro. I think we could set an example of what a real community would look like and operate. Not this fucking bullshit, give me all your money, and then you get nothing, and then all these people act a certain way, and then what? And then it leads to nothing, and people not even owning long terms, they're not even left with anything for their future. Oh, fuck out of here. So I look forward to it, and that's why I said, let's see where this goes. I don't think people hate me. They hate what I believe in. And I still try. You know that? Because even then, you guys watched me even get shit on for 5 years, and we're still doing a compound. Amen. God is good. I forgive everybody. Y'all don't feel me. Amen. And I know you've probably gone through stuff in life where you would want to say, I'll never forgive anybody, but no, that's not how it works. So amen. My beliefs, and my beliefs are your beliefs, because my belief comes from a book. And amen, bro. And God is good. And I am so excited for the fruit you guys are going to produce. And I'm not talking about a tree. I'm talking about real life, bro. I'm talking about everything, bro. I know it. You see it. It is, because it is. I think sometimes, you know, you don't like to see people do stuff that you didn't want to do in the beginning. I don't mean that negatively. I mean that as like, I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I remember the times that I didn't take a step and I'm like, damn, I faded that. And then I saw someone who didn't. And then, you know, and I got mad at first. Before I started to realize, I'm like, man, if God does it for them, he'll do it for me. If God could do it, and if it's been done before, it'll happen. That's fine. That's where you can't act like that. And I know there's things that you want to believe are impossible, and our lives have trained us that things are impossible. And that's why when you see someone running around yelling God and things aren't impossible, I could see how that could bother people. But I encourage you, at bare minimum, whether God was real or not, I believe self-limiting is such a bad thing. So, you know, I don't know, man. But either way, finger to the sky, bro. And thank you all, Chad. You know that? I'm very, very grateful for all of you. And now, too, that's it. Everything goes to the farm. So all of your donos, all of that. And then you guys were commenting on the ads and all the members. I know I had to philo and we charged people at the beginning of this year. But, yeah, all of this just goes to the farm now. I think it's funny because if you guys don't realize, the first moment I started getting money on YouTube, I went and bought the farm. So it all works, baby. It all works. And thank you all for your support. For real, bro. Cruise show. Dude, why do I need to go pee? Baby. I do have to pay the mortgage payments, and it's a lot, so I have it covered. But even then too, like, genuinely, if we're gonna use it for a purpose, and I know some of you guys over the last couple of months, some of you, when I make money on YouTube, you like to call it out. They're like, he's making $30,000 a month. That's how many members. And like I said, I never charged. I didn't ever make as much money on YouTube till this year. But at the end of the day, like, I don't even want it, and I'll buy it and put it to something useful. That's it. I don't care. God is good, bro. And I'm grateful for all of you. And at the end of the day, I think we have a lot more we need to do. So let his will be done. And if we get blessed, let's keep doing good with it. And I've been committed to putting all of my time and reinvesting everything into this community. That is literally what I've been doing. And I'm so stoked on it, bro. You have no idea. I think it's the coolest thing ever. So let's get it, baby. It's thanks to God, bro. That's it. That's what I was trying to tell everybody on Friday. I need you to realize it. Because I could have done this way sooner. I could do it on my own. I don't need to. God is good, bro. We've been blessed. And it's all God. I'm telling you. That's all it is. And I've been trying to show you guys and tell you, don't listen to this world. And all these people tell you the only way you make a fuck ton of money is be shady. They all think you got, bro, we ain't got no sponsors, none of that shit. So it's a lie. You guys will be extraordinarily successful without ever bending the knee. That's what I'm saying. Most people, they believe the lie too early and then they just build on a poor foundation. But those of you who truly see it and understand, my goodness, bro, the harvest is plenty and there is something waiting for you. I'm telling you, bro, those of you who don't bend, oh my goodness, God bless you. Because what you're going to do and what you're creating it cannot be replicated. You know that, right? I could find anybody who could be the same. No one, the integrity, bro, the way you move and all that, that's unreplicatable. Nobody, because it's rare when you find it. It's rare when you see somebody live to the fullest of their ability in a certain way. So I don't know, man. I'm very excited about it. Well, that's what I was saying. So I got a bunch of emails. I can't believe it. The amount of emails, like I'm saying, bro, everybody came out of the woodworks, and it hasn't even been 24 hours. So, you know what I want to do? I want to copy Drewski, but we'll just do it online. I might just have interviews live. What do you guys say? Maybe this Friday I'll stream from there. I'll go there on Friday, and then I'll put up a camera, and then we'll do a Zoom, and then we do interviews for the farm live. And then you have 1 minute to pitch why you should be the caretaker. Because I just don't know, man. This is a lot. It's a lot. Okay, I need to go pee. Follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity.
My gosh.
Real Coat News on Twitter.
Over the last 3 months. Alphabet is one of the worst performers of the group over the last 3 months into the print. And it still didn't have a great reaction on the other side of it. I mean, Microsoft's up 31% in 3 months. Meta's up 31% over the same time period. Amazon's 25%, and then you start getting
we're violently agreeing that this is a tired market. We can phrase it any way we want. Tired, in need of a rest, exhausted, has climbed the wall of worry. This is a market that is due for a consolidation, not a correction, a consolidation. Joe, 5 to 7%, fine. In terms of the broadening, I do want to say this, all right? The equal weight S&P 500 is 1.7 percentage points away year to date from the S&P 500. And if you look back in 2024, 2023, it was close to 10 percentage points behind at this time each year. This is a market that has been broadening. Yes, it's true that mega cap has done very well, but if you look at a lot of other sectors, communications, industrials, financials, a lot of other sectors have done well, even materials of all things.
You know, what you're talking about is how Google, Alphabet performed afterwards. That's endemic of the market. That's why we're not seeing, we don't know what the substance of this trade agreement is with the EU, but if you'd gone
We
back,
don't know the substance, frankly, of many of the deals
of any of them,
that have
actually.
been announced. If anything, the most positive thing to come out of it is just taking that specific thing off the card.
Right, but my point is that if it had been 2-3 months ago, you would have seen the market have a much bigger move. So it's been endemic of the market. What's really the hallmark of this market is the pull through. So we pulled through on the earnings, and referencing your comments on the other mega cap performance. That's why I said earlier, unless you see something big one way or the other, the stocks aren't going to do much. So the market's just anticipated all this, which goes to your conversation about the valuation levels. You need a lot more really, really good, unexpected news to get the market.
Well, Canaccord today says that valuation is the stickiest wicket in their words. It is the biggest headwind in this market. It's not earnings. It's not anything else. It is valuation. The earnings yield on the S&P 500 of 4.15, 10-year at 4.38. And we note that this condition of a negative equity risk premium has not occurred since 2001.
Scott, we should not be expecting multiple expansion, trading at 21 times calendar year 2026 estimates. What we should be looking for is those estimates to rise, which they have started to do. After going down all year, they are higher now than they were 3 months ago. Next year's earnings, $300 a share. That's the macro estimate, the aggregate estimate from FactSet. It was $298 just 3 months ago. And as the results keep coming in from the second quarter.
Yeah, bro. My internet just cut out. Now my E-Trade cut out. Now do you hear me? My E-Trade is tripping, but then my CNBC, my whole computer. Can you guys hear me right now? Because I know there's a little delay. Interesting. Yeah, my E-Trade just went out. All right. I don't want an earthquake, bro. Fuck that. Fuck that. Oh, man. But you know what? No, we don't. We're not even ready. We need to prep that bitch, too. Because, like, that's what, you know, worst ever comes to worst, you guys. I mean, I will have coordinates for you. You know, if there ever is, like, an EMP or something, you know, so we need to store I don't know how you'll get there, but, yeah, I need to get all that stuff there. I was going to buy one of those. They had, like, a kit at Home Depot, and it was such BS. I was like, it only had, like, fake water things and then, like, a blanket. I'm like, that's not... Them little prepper backpacks. I need that real shit, bro. The DVR was on, but I turned it off earlier. If you refresh, it'll go away. That was weird. I lost internet on everything. Nah, you can't. You could do a helicopter, but you can't, like, because it's on a mountain, so you can't, like, kind of on it. It's hard to describe. It's like a mountain, but not really. But then, like, we have our own mountain on the property, so a lot of the land is flat, but then there's a separate mountain, and it's one of the highest mountains there, but that's just where the main house is. You have to drive around a giant circle to go up your own mountain, and then that's the part I didn't even show you guys. So there's a whole nother part in the video I didn't even show you. There's a whole nother half of the property. I just showed you what I could till I got exhausted. I was worked, bro. I was worked. No, bro. It's a breeze. I love it. I was explaining that to my mom. It's like, because it has higher elevation, so it should be harder to breathe. But then when you're up, there's always a breeze. It never goes away. Sometimes it'll be calm, but then, nah, it's just like easy to breathe. I was doing like breathing exercises and shit. Oh, dude, I was having a blast. Y'all. You have no idea, bro. Me alone at this property is a trip, dude. With nothing there. There's not even like any animals or nothing, but I was entertaining myself. That's it. Even my girl left. She was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I was like, it's okay. I said, "You know where to find me." Oh, I love it. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. And I look forward to some real community, man. You know, I don't know. I like it all. The wholesomeness, and then just some of the feedback so far. I'm excited, man. So don't fuck it up, Chad. That's why. Just love each other. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Good thing to live by. No problems with the Freemasons. No, they're down the street, though. I haven't figured out the other cult. There's another one. There's another cult on site. They're closer, but I haven't encountered them yet. Yeah, we do need we need somebody there, though. That's the problem. Because I can't even get dogs to guard. But then here's the deal. I wanted other animals, but then, like, I'm really getting obsessed with the cow thing, you guys. Because I really want to make my own food. Especially in a world where Bill Gates is making a bunch of fake meat. If we have the ability to make our own food, why wouldn't we? I just want to get cows. I say we get one mini cow as a pet. And then everybody else, I'll even take pre-orders. So if you want your own cow, we'll just take care of it. And then call it a day. And then we just get cows, and then we make food. I'm down with some chickens too. But then we need dogs. It's for the cows. But then I can't have a dog if no one can take care of it. Everything's fenced, yeah. We already have fences and all of it. So that's what I'm saying. It's ready for animals right away. All it's missing is a caretaker. That's it. They already had animals right before. They're still moving animals out of it. Like I said, it's records today and then 4 days. I do know people. Cows are expensive. Yeah. Okay, spy right at open. I think ducks are permitted, yes. No, but like, I really want my own food. Like, bro, this is what people do. Like, they'll grow their own. If you have the ability, you'll grow it. But yeah, like, I wanted, like, that's why I'm like, I want a bunch of animals, but then I'm just like, I want cows. I want my own food. I know I'm gonna get Wagyu cow. We'll get every type of cow, but then I want, like, because have you guys ever been to Verona? I realized it now. Verona is the only place I've had of like a real organic cow, because Verona has a farm on it. It's a casino, and then they have their own farm, but then they grow their own cows, and then that's what they use for the steakhouse. Verona has the best steak I've ever ate in my life. So I'm like, yeah, that's what I want. Mm-hmm. Warner Bros. Reports post-separation company names. Global networks will be Discovery Global. Streaming studios will be called Warner Bros. Names David Slaziv as CEO. The first Wagyu duck? Oh, shit. Maybe, bro. You're onto something. Does that exist? Yeah, bro. I love how they wave at Verona. They're so friendly. They call it your second home. And I'm like, I don't want this to be my home and get a gambling addiction. Have to send an email. We'll do it. I'm gonna get you guys another video. We'll go over the mortgage and all of the details, the fees, because you'll see what it costs, and then yeah, like we'll have more specifics. But like I'm saying, it's there. I mean, some of you might be able to come out end of this week. Like I might call one or two of you if you guys want to help me set up, but generally for everybody, end of the month or end of August, I'm looking to have an event in California. So at minimum 20 people, best case we could do a couple hundred, but yeah, I don't like literally I commented it. I legit think on the property we could fit thousands of people, but it just all comes down to logistics, bathrooms, and then like sleeping. That I don't know how to do. Your cousin got a wedding? No, you bet. It's okay. We'll still be there. Don't worry. Yeah, send an email now. I'm gonna eventually like have something to go through the process of like, I guess buying a ticket. It's AKA you just gotta pretty much bring your own background check. That's really gonna be the thing. But that we need to get set up. I already have the people who do it, but I don't know how we're gonna organize it. I didn't disclose it yet, no, but Chads are very, man, the amount of emails, some of you guys are little detectives. Some people, I found some good ones. I found one that looked like mine, but I'm like, technically I haven't closed on it. So I was like, man, you did good, but that's close, but no cigar. No, we're not gonna run your credit. The background check can be used for stuff though too. So like if you have like a job application in the next like year, you could use the same one. And then too, I'll give you your copy so then you could see what shows up on your background. No, there's one property, it looked very like, I liked it too. I saw it, I was like, damn, that shit looks dope. And it looked kind of like, I think it's because the rocks, but yeah, unfortunately, like I said, we close. It probably should have recorded right now. Like 9:30 to 12, it'll record. for wanting it to be in Indiana. I know. We were going to do Indiana if this failed because of the issues, but no, bro. I don't think you guys realize. Yesterday, I woke up at the farm. I had to go to Home Depot, get more paint. Then I was there for a little bit. I edited, posted the video, went live, and then I drove back home. And then I was already at the beach for hours before I posted it. Dude, it's not even that far. And then literally I finished the day on the sand, on the ocean. And then I'm going to bed and I'm waking up here. So that's, although it's not Indiana and Indiana has some cool things, that's the element of this property where I trip. Because you could go from fucking rural California to the beach and it's not even like far. Like, it's definitely doable. I've spent more time driving in traffic just in LA. So it's very, very high. UNP again. I can't spy at VWAP, bro. Trump admin signs letter of intent with Argentina. It works for countries re-entry in the U.S. waiver program, visa waiver. Chat self-ID. So here's the thing though, this is the beauty of it, is that once you're verified and once you've already visited once, that's going to be the easy part, because then you could just come back a lot easier. And then what I'm thinking, the first set of people, we're going to do like I said, 20 to 100 people, but then the second round of invites is going to be tied to the first people who come, aka the first people who get invited, you guys will be responsible for who could come next. Because whoever you invite, that is now attached to you. So if that person ends up coming and fucks it up, you get fucked up too. Does that make sense? So it's all still within the Chad, and you have to be a Chad. And then stream alerts, and then the OGs are going to get priority. But then everybody, it's going to be like a referral system. So then that way, the next person who comes, even if they're in the Chad, you're going to have a buddy. You're tied to them. So if they fuck it up, then you get fucked up. So it's like an MLM, but I'm not charging you. And we don't make money off of it. It's just to, that way there's like a buddy system. What you do on the property, you're responsible for. And then whoever invited you is also responsible now too. Ta-da! Accountability buddy. That's a good way to put it. Accountability buddy. This sounds like Fight Club. Yeah, I think cool. It's gonna be like wholesome. That's it. I don't have any bad intentions, and we've already shown that. And that's it. That's why I'm so happy about this, bro. I think it's gonna be a real, for some of you who have been fake with it, you may not see the appeal. But some of us, we've spent literally every day with each other. So, and like I said, once it's legit, and some people, they have never been here to cause problems, only to be good, it'd be cool, bro. Like I'm saying, if you could pull up whenever you want, and we got a crib, and like I'm saying, it's a crib that I would have bought it just to pray there. I'm telling you, it's holy in my mind. It's not holy, by default, but I can't explain it, bro. It's truly... That's why I like the rehab idea. Whether rehab or just a prayer, like a church or whatever. Maybe we just do Sunday services, but it is so beautiful, bro. Retina scans, that'd be dope. Be expensive. Barcode tats? No, that's... I had the idea of tats, but it is kind of crazy. Because I don't have any tattoos. September. So I don't know about September yet. The goal would be at minimum once a month, but let's see how end of August goes, and then that will be where we proceed. A multi-year lurker? How would someone like you fit in to come help? I don't know. That's up to you, right? That's why I'm saying I don't want to limit people, and that's why, like, obviously we have expenses and shit we need to cover, but if you can't cover it, I'm expecting people to bring what they can, like, with them though. Like, that's what I'm saying, like, bro, we're gonna have like a wall, everybody could sign it, and just like, dude, there's so much acres. Like, imagine if people came and, like, you know, you could leave a little part of it and like do something, do a project, and like, I think it could be really cool. So I'm just looking for a genuine, I don't know, you should leave something when you leave with it, and it should be something that is a contribution. So I don't know what it would be, and I'm glad I don't know, because I don't want to limit anybody, and I just think, you know, it's kind of our first shot at distributism. If you got something that you could provide easy, do it, and then everybody else will do it, and then yeah, that's it. Oh, push-ups. I'm down, bro. I gotta get more toe exercises. Stand up. I mean, get some ideas, and then too, though, you guys are gonna need a long term, okay? Just let me, because that's the reality of it. You get a long term, bro. That's what got us here, and you know, this community and what we want, bro, is like, I need you guys to walk away with real life wealth, houses, stocks. I want you to do it well. So I do expect everybody to have a long term. That is part of your entry, and I don't care if you sold it, if it was for the right reason. But if you sold it for the wrong reason, you're not following it, then yeah, that's it. This seems similar to the Manson compound. Maybe. We'll see though. Because either way, we're just in that list now. Not too many people buy crazy compounds and give it to the people. So I'm glad, but we're gonna do good. God is good. God is good, baby. Oh man. I want to buy a house. Let's do it, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's possible. All of you will do it. If you resolve in your mind that you will, easy. Now it's just a matter of the right deal coming our way. EU probes Polish aid for a MAN trucks factory extension. Okay, we'll get up and do push-ups, bro. Get up and do push-ups. I'm doing the foot thing again. It's actually crazy. If you have like a foam block, put like your big toe on the foam block and then let your other toes hang and then do toe lifts. This is actually extremely hard. Weave. They completed their offering. That was part of it. But then remember, that stock was at like what, 40? That was a big one. Para, again, there's updates on the sale and the splitting of the company. Chapel. I want the whole thing to be a chapel, bro. That's why I was like, man, worst case, I'm like, man, maybe we should just have Sunday service. Call it a day. Bro. Why did these toe stretches are kind of the hardest. It's kind of pissing me off. Alright. It's like no, like, so what, kind of. You like you stand on like a yoga block. Let me see if I have a video. And then like you put your big toe on the side and plant your big toe, and then your other toes hang off of the side of the block. So then your other toes are hanging, and then you lift the 4 toes to the same position as your big toe. And then you drop them, and then you do that 10 times. It's like a lift. It's like weights, but just with your toes. But then it's hard. If you're like flat-footed or have weak toes, you won't be able to do it that good. That's why it like takes work. It's really weird. Oh, I think it's on Instagram. I have the video. Band on the high, and then flock. Alright. Yeah, man. 3 hours in the day to go nowhere. Mobility. I just need to get my pinky toe working good. And then my big toe is just a little stiff, but it's not that bad. But that's it. My pinky toes are fucked. That right there, I'm pretty sure once I get those unlocked, then I think we're going to be good. But either way, I like it. Gives me something to focus on. That different working out wise. And just good. So I'm telling you, it's trippy, bro. Not being able to move my toe is like weird. Yeah, I'm flat-footed too. So your shit's probably messed up, dog. You better start doing this. Because I'm telling you, bro. Us flat-footed people, bro, it's not easy on us. It's not easy. I have toe separators, yeah. I wear them every now and then. I got a new set the other day. I need to put them on.
Is pretty emblematic of the trade discussions that have been that have taken place so far in the trade agreements that have been struck, where we're not sure what's included, what's not. It's pretty imprecise at this point, isn't it?
Indeed, and Scarlett, thanks for having me back. It's great to be with you this afternoon. Absolutely. I think there's just a lot at stake this week on trade. And your discussion with Brendan just now just highlights the importance of these types of trading relationships that the U.S. has with the globe, and the fact that I think the moniker of trade deal is, as you said, quite imprecise. We have to step back and remember that these deals are, in fact, executive agreements, meaning that they don't necessarily have the force of law. They can be changed at any time, and they don't have any enforcement mechanisms short of increased tariffs. And we see in these deals that different things can be at stake. So, for example, in the past, the Trump administration has indicated that it was not willing to, say, exclude certain products from tariffs. But we've seen in the 5 deals that have been struck to date with the UK, Indonesia, Vietnam, the UK, the European Union, the Philippines, Japan, there have been different combinations of issues. And we have this so-called banana problem where certain things are not made in the United States and as a result could be part of a deal. One last thing I'll say on the deals is that, as Brendan noted, there is litigation ongoing with the IEEPA tariffs. And depending on how the litigation goes, and if ultimately the Supreme Court does strike down the tariffs, it does leave these trade deals in a bit of limbo.
Yeah, but that is a big if, given how the Supreme Court has ruled of late. So I wonder, as we talk about this idea that these trade deals are unenforceable, and the only thing that, and they leave the door open to further tariffs, heightened tariffs, or tariff threats, does the U.S. necessarily hold all the cards in the trade deals that have been struck, as well as in current discussions with, say, China?
I think it's certainly a great question, and we have seen these different dynamics playing out in these negotiations. As you point out, particularly with China, I think there had been a sense at the beginning of the trade negotiations that the U.S. did in fact hold all the cards, but we have seen that dynamic shift very significantly, and certain issues like U.S. export controls that had not previously been on the table in prior talks with China are now very much front and center. And we are seeing, in addition,
we have
issues
those plays.
like
they just
the
won't go up.
Of Iranian and Russian oil
really
also
weird.
on the table
yeah,
with
AIP
the Chinese
was
negotiations, which suggests that the dynamics have, in fact, very significantly changed vis-a-vis China.
So the August 1st deadline is coming up this week, and of course, what has become obvious now is that 15% appears to be the new 10%, the new baseline tariff that everyone's willing to go with. What does that mean for countries that have negotiated something higher, 19%, 20%? And here I'm talking about, for instance, Vietnam, for instance. Is it able to go back and renegotiate that, or is that a done deal?
It's a good question. As I noted earlier, I think the deals will continue to be fluid. It is important to note, what the metrics are for these deals. So much is reported these days on comparing, the numbers that you mentioned, the 19% number or the 15% number against the 10% number, which had originally been imposed back in April, or the 50% number, which was threatened for imposition on Friday. But if we go back to the beginning of the year, i.e. before these tariffs were imposed, the average tariff rate imposed on Japanese imports, for example, was 1.6%, compared with 15% that is now part of the U.S.-Japan deal. And with the EU, non-agricultural tariff rates were 1.4% versus the 15%, which is now being imposed. And of course, the sectoral tariffs that we were just discussing on Section 232 could be additional tariffs added on top of these tariff rates. So it's I think the ultimate effects and the effects on the U.S. economy remain to be seen.
Yeah. Well, as we mentioned, the U.S. and China are in trade talks right now. We have a trade deal or concepts of a plan with the European Union, with the U.K., Japan, Indonesia, Philippines, Vietnam. If you could narrow it down to one country or one region that really you want to see a trade deal come out of, where would that be, Nina?
Well, I think any that the major economies have already been in talks. I think the very important ones to watch this week are what really what happens with the talks with Canada and Mexico. They have been treated differently and separately under the various tariff regimes, and there are very significant tariffs that could be imposed on both of those markets, where these are our largest trading partners, and there is so much U.S. manufacturing and so much U.S. business activity that does exist in the North American market. So that's definitely what I'm watching.
All right, good stuff. Nina, really appreciate your joining us. Nina Chennai is partner at WilmerHale. She's a non-resident fellow at the American Enterprise Institute. Now, speaking of trade deals, Heineken CEO spoke with Bloomberg today about how his company will navigate U.S. tariffs. We're looking at that stock, which is down after reporting its latest results. You can see there a loss of 9%. We're going to bring you all the details next. This is Bloomberg.
All right, man. Hopefully you did some push-ups. I just got done stretching my toes. That sounds so weird. Oh, man. God is good, baby. And that's it, man. July's almost done. SPR on the high. Check Boeing, too. Kind of running. Today, it's not like low volume, but it's definitely just like last week. So, yo, that SPR got bigger, 1%. But we're still in that summer slowdown, like just like last week. Even though today was big. Today was big deal. BU is huge, and then this whole week we're gonna have all of the other earnings. So you might get a little bit more movement than normal than the last couple weeks, but then it still is like slow anticipation. And then wait, tomorrow you'll get earnings even a little bit after the bell, and then like on the big days we're gonna play that earnings anticipation and wait game. So be careful. We could eventually down the line, we could use some crypto stuff. For now, we'll use good old pen and paper. Then we'll break out the ledgers. Yeah, too, that is not good if you are over 40. That's where you guys got to think about. Even with the Chad, there's a huge like age difference. So some of you are like, oh yeah, give me my wallet, sign it up, sure, crypto, wallet, staking. And then the guys above 40 are like, gold? What do you mean digital gold? So yeah. Oh, I remember E. coli. E. coli was the best fucking preparation leading into Trump coin. Thank God. But yes. So yeah, but like if we need to down the line, we can use crypto for verification. Okay, SPY dropping a little bit. Cool vlog. I liked it, man. I hope you did too. Just wait till you guys see it. I look forward to playing a giant game of tag. That's how we're gonna hide and go seek. Too scary, y'all. They got like fucking wild animals and shit. We could play tag. Down for a good game of tag. Happy for you. Thank you, man. And I hope all of y'all do the exact same. Long-term crib. Long-term crib. And then CRM on the high. Cardinal Health on the low. That one's kind of interesting. I mean, healthcare was weak. That's the part about this week, is that the like staples and all that rotation, it's not really there. It's operating different just because of the big tech, I think. I like McDonald's for the long. It just has to get cheaper though. It's kind of up there. We should have a crypto one. We can. I'd be down. Maybe I'll show you guys in person. But we should. I'll do a crypto like class for people above 40. I'm down with that. I think we should actually. I think we should do that on one of those weekends. We should just set up for all the 40-year-old plus guys in crypto. We should just like set something up for you to give you like a nice little crash course, get cold storage and learn how to do all that. It's not that complicated. You just need to learn how to do it once. That's it. If you do it once and you know how to work it, and then just like follow basic rules, you know, don't click on shit you don't know, save your keys into a what's it called, like a safety deposit box, and then yeah, it's not that hard. It's just the first couple steps, and if you don't, like, you know, most people just fall victim to easy mistakes. Yeah, as long as you know the mistakes to avoid, it's really not that hard. I'll check Riley News now. It's moving, and then CRM just started waking up too. Oh, I see Stock Mania, Historic Short Squeeze, nothing on there. I like Ledger, but then I ever since they got like that one, like it was like an Amazon hack or something happened, and then even Ledger even said they gave like government a backdoor access. But yeah, so ever since then I haven't really like mentioned them publicly, but they used to be the best. I mean, even I would argue they still are. They just, you know, I think almost every single hard wallet has had some issue or like some bad press report. But Ledger is the top one. Wherever you buy it, don't buy it on Amazon. That's what I've learned. Yes, 24 million is very robust. That's a good way to put it. Robust. Indeed. NXT. Then SPY is coming down here a little bit. Merge. Robust. The premiums on AO are still up. It's kind of crazy. UPC, another small cap liquid pharma pop in, and then CRM still going. That's about $1.50 almost. Eli Lilly, NVO. You would take it. Yeah, it's not, I mean, we could do it online. It's not that hard, but all you got to do is like just avoid the comment, like it's just not banking. That's all. Like all you have to know in the back of your mind with crypto, there's no customer service, and it sucks because so many people, I've seen a lot of people think there is. So like, you know, like there's no Robinhood. You can't call and complain. You click the wrong button. You make, you know, if you just start clicking approve without like, you know, really seeing what you're doing, if you do something wrong, and it's, you got to kind of try to fuck it up and make it irreversible, but just the reality is if something did go wrong, then you're screwed. Yeah, there's no refunds, no customer support, and that's it. Like one thing too is like when you start dealing with other stuff beyond Bitcoin, some of you are going to realize not every wallet is the same. And then there's different networks. So like all the shit you send on Ethereum, you can't send on Bitcoin. And then when you get into Solana, Solana is different than XLM. XLM is different than XRP. XRP is different than Base. And then that is where you run into issues once you start dabbling with everything else. Because I've seen people, they'll send from one wallet to another, but I'm like, they're different networks. So you're not even doing it properly. That you could recover. But like if you send to the wrong key, the wrong like address or anything, and then or you try to like, you send to like a 0 address and burn it, you'll burn it. And then it's gone, you can't get it back. Or if you're not aware of the fees. So I've seen people try to like, you know, they've had the wrong settings, and then during the wrong time, they'll click and then the fees will wipe out most of the transaction. That happens. So these are the things that like are complex that could lead to issues, but you just got to learn how to kind of just stay around that. But like the basic like buy and hold, as long as you're not transacting with like a bunch of meme coins and then have to send over and transfer and all of that, you know, then you're good to go. Then as long as you just buy and hold, like that's easy. All you need to do is buy, hold, get it on a cold wallet, and then just let it sit there. That's it. That can avoid a lot of things. That's how I've kept myself safe over the last decade, because that's all I did. I bought it, I held it, I only move it when I want to buy something, and then that's it. But like once you start getting into trading crypto and then coins, network, this one, send here, send there, send money, like that's where you start, you know, you're gonna need a little bit more technical know-how. How many times would I have gotten messed up if I kept crypto on the exchanges? Honestly, not that bad. I mean, I never really fuck with like, I had Kraken back in the day, and I still had that. I got limited when they like cut some of that shit off. But other than that, you know, yeah, I wouldn't, it's not the worst thing, but it's just not yours. And that, when it all said and done, if shit hits the fan, you're gonna wish it was yours. But till that happens, you're not really gonna trip on it. Yeah, if I was on FTX, that's what I'm saying. If I started doing like exchanges and then the staking, then I would have gotten clapped. But I just wasn't. I've never was interested in that. And like, I think for most of you, you should buy and hold. If you want that knowledge is easy. That knowledge could save you too. But once you start running into everything else, yeah, you'll be good to go. Or then your risk goes up. I know, Binance. So, dude, I made a killing on BNB. You know that? So the one we were talking about this morning, I found out I made a killing on it like years later because I have videos on BNB back in the day. That was some of my first crypto videos because I knew the dude at Binance. So CZ, bro, he's a friend of my friend. I chatted with him maybe like 12 years ago. Super chill, honestly. I didn't realize what he would become by the time, you know, a decade later. But yeah, so go back. I even say these in the video. I was telling you, I have a video like 10 years ago, and I was like, yeah, I just talked to the guy. And like, so what I did is, because it was like China, and I was like a little sketched out, I kind of viewed it like a Weeble, but then I got to talk to the dude. But then I just kept, and then that was like one of the only places you could get crypto, like with an exchange. It was still kind of limited, and I already had Coinbase and all that, and then I wanted BNB. That was the only place to get it. And then for like some of the other like coins at the time, you had to go through Binance. So what I ended up doing, I bought a bunch of BNB to to front run and prepay my commission. You understand? So when I was buying BNB, it was at $2 or less or something like that. So I bought all of these BNB tokens just to front run my commission in for the future, right? And then, yeah, that was it. And then I stopped using the account, and then they shut it down in America. And then I looked at it years later. I remember I did it live, and I was like, holy fuck. And then, yeah, I had all of this random money sitting there. So that one, keeping on exchange didn't hurt, and it was just BNB. But yeah, that was yeah, they shut it down, and I think it might be shut down in the U.S. still. I don't know, but yeah, you had to at one point you weren't allowed to use it, and then they let you like log in, or you had to use a VPN, and then you can move it out. But yeah, a lot of people made money on BNB like that. They didn't buy it because they wanted it. They bought it for commission. That's what most of the OGs did. They bought because like you knew if you were gonna be on there, you were like might as well. And then you bought a couple hundred, a couple $1,000 because you needed it. And yeah, if you didn't use it, it fucking 20x'd. It was insane. That VWAV keeps going. I think he got out of jail, yeah. I know, Binance. Binance was cool in the beginning when it was just like the back door to China crypto. And then it got popular, and then everyone was like, oh. Alright, boys. You ready? Y'all ready for this? Bow, 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 long term, bow, 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 long term, bow. Everybody long term, bow, 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 bow. Medvedev says Trump is playing a game of ultimatums with Russia. This is a step towards war. Microsoft Copilot mode available for free starting July 28th. So, Chad, I love you. God bless you in America. Thank you to the vets. Johnny says there's Palantir volume. All right, Chad. It's time to move to Philo. So if you don't want to hear Jesus talk today, that's no problem. You just have to go find somewhere else. But if you do want to listen to some Jesus talk, or anything else, man, you might like. Oh yeah, Palantir to the downside. I don't know. I got a Microsoft headline, but nothing related to that. But yeah, good call. Palantir dropping. So yeah, Chattadonia, I love you, and God bless you. So I hope oh, Palantir even bigger, bro. What is that? I kind of want to play it. I don't know. These quick ones have kind of hit today, but these suck. I'm going to keep it small. Oh, they already hit it. I have no idea what it is. I just grabbed I hit every single cheap one today has hit, so as long as you get out of them fast enough. Yeah, those already, what is that, bro? Microsoft offering AI to pry customers away from other competitors. Is that the Microsoft news? Or that's big volume. It's still going down. But yeah, the plays already went up. I might flip them. Defense Department testing AI to gain leverage over producers like Palantir. Oh. So bad. It's not going to like hold, but just bad headline for government and Palantir. All right, maybe it does hit. So my plays are up almost 100. Where are they at? Because I was a little late to it. Okay, you got 50%. All right, well, let's go to Philo and then call it a day. So, Chad, if you want more updates on this, you're going to have to be at Philo. I love you. Praise God. And, yeah, don't go to Philo unless you want Philo. See you there. Bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Welcome to Monday. We had a lot of news in terms of trade deals and getting ready for all of these earnings. Oh, you just had a 5-year bond, too. 3.983. So watch out for bonds. We haven't got like Department of Defense and Palantir that was causing the move right now. But other than that, we're getting ready for the earnings, setting up the next real big trade deal is going to be China, either August 13th or even in a month. They talked about extending that. We even heard about chips as well, too. You had something on Senate Democrats like going against like one of the export controls, and then we just got Department of Defense Palantir headline. They said they want to use or test AI to use less Palantir, and then it got clobbered. But other than that, it's a great Monday. If you didn't check it out, go to the first link. You will see our farm video. We bought a Colt compound. So very, very exciting. Other than that, though, now it's time to talk more about Jesus. Big fan of Jesus here. So, yeah, just get ready for all of that, and we'll be good to go. So, yeah, let me get you some of this on. I'll send an alert.
The question is surrounding that's being committed. There's nothing really formalizing that on paper. It's all coming from the private sector, and reports out of Brussels say that at least as of now, there's nothing European governments are doing to sort of provide incentives or to ensure that those commitments happen over, as what the White House says, will be the next 3 years. Melissa?
There's some relief, Megan, obviously, that a deal has been reached between the U.S. and the EU. But at the same time, member countries are upset about the terms of the agreement. Germany, for one, because they're going to be hit with their auto industry. France, Hungarian Prime Minister Orban has said that Trump ate the EC president for breakfast. And I'm just wondering if there's any backlash to be concerned about in terms of member countries specifically.
I think that's right. We've heard European Commission President